Honk. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, Arvanauts. Good afternoon, everyone. As I accidentally mute myself. Happy Election Day, or at least I hope it's a happy Election Day. Let's hope that we're returning to sanity today. I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for the resub. Wow, Turbo Tango. Johnny on the spot. Thank you, Turbo Tango. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the resub. I appreciate it, my friend, and I hope everyone is doing well and looking forward to what is not only obviously a game stream day today, but also a day in which we begin to take our first steps back towards sanity. And I'll talk about that just very quickly in a moment. Before I do, though, I do want to remind everybody about ways to support the stream as we get ready for this, our Way of the Tiger Assassin Gamebook playthrough. Out here text banking while I watch, sending love and solidarity. Same, my friend, same. And I'm glad you're doing that. Same. So just a couple of reminders about things. If you haven't already done so, please follow the channel. Check out the YouTube with !ArvTube, the Discord with !ArvCord, Twitter with !ArvTweets, which is doing a lot of politics tweeting today, by the way, and my website, arvanelleron.com. On the financial side, we have, of course, the shop, !ArvShop, the merchandise area where you can get stuff for the Infinity and Beyond crew and the Adventures of Middle-earth crew. You have as well, !ArvTrayon. That is the Patreon, currently sitting at 22 patrons, $240 per month. And we're continuing to try to build that over time. That really is the financial backbone of the channel. And you can get good stuff for both yourself and the channel. By the way, inspirations have been reset, so we are set for this month of tabletop shenanigans. And certainly, last but not least in that regard, are the sub button. The sub button, which Turbo Tango was kind enough to just use. That allows us to support the channel and also use those custom sub badges and emotes and get inspirations and things like that. Finally, we have the publishing stuff, !Icarus. I just got notice of a really good review that just went up in Blackgate, and I'm very excited about that. Really was a great review, and I'm excited to be able to share it. We are now only 7 days away, 1 week away from the official release of Icarus, the retail version of Icarus. So I'm very excited about that. What's going on, Rising Tides? Good to see you. So we've got that. We've got Library, which is Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library. My 5e adventure and source book from Alligator Alley Entertainment, coming out in print very soon, because it's already being printed, so it just has to be shipped out. And we've got Library and Grayshade KS, which is my Grayshade Kickstarter, which is going to be launching February 2nd of next year, and I'm very, very excited about that. And of course, most importantly today, we have two things. BLM, Black Lives Matter, the importance to continually assert and affirm that Black Lives Matter, which seems to get forgotten far too much in our society, both in the United States and worldwide. So please consider to continue to support the resources that you'll find at that link, which are continually updated. And last but certainly not least, Vote Now. This is the last day that I'm going to be able to tell people this. Vote Now, at least the last day for this cycle. We need everyone out there, folks. And this, I think, actually is a good chance for me to talk a little bit about that. So let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of that. And let me turn on that. Good to see everybody, folks. I want to make just one quick point about this, and then Terry and I are going to get into things. I'm very excited about having my good friend TariToons on today as we talk about stuff. But I want to say something very important about this, and that is the following. Throughout history, there has been a tension between autocracy and a move towards communal understanding, which is sometimes reflected in democracy, sometimes reflected in anarchist systems even, but is always reflected in supporting each other, versus the autocratic approach of top-down, I tell you what to do and you do it. Whether that comes from monarchy, whether it comes from oligarchic systems, which are basically just displaced monarchies anyway, or whether it comes from, dictatorship, autocracy, in whatever flavor or form it comes. And so the tension has always existed between autocracy and democracy, to be a little bit oversimplifying about it. And one of the things that often happens when one is in danger of shifting from one to the other, from democracy to autocracy in particular, is this move on the part of the autocrats or the would-be autocrats to tell you that the democracy part has failed, that democracies don't work, that they don't function, that they don't exist as a real system, that people should not be considering them because look at all the corruption and look at all this and look at all that. This, whether it was what happened in the 1940s, I should say the 1930s, excuse me, in Germany, the late 1920s, early 1930s, whether it was what happened in the fall of the Russian Revolution, eventually leading to sort of Stalinist Russia and the rise of that form of communism, which was not real actual communism, whether it was autocracy that rose in many aspects of communist China or in Cuba, or fascist regimes, Pol Pot and the rest of them. All of these places, and again, I'm oversimplifying to make a point, all of them have tried to argue that democracy is corrupt and can't be trusted and nothing that you do is going to matter anyway, and so that's why you need to vote for the autocrat because Big Daddy will take care of you. And it is a lie of the highest order that must be rooted out and destroyed in every place that we see it. It is not the case that democracy is irrelevant, that your voice is irrelevant, that your vote does not matter. We live in a deeply flawed system, but it is also, to date, the only flawed system that can in some fashion capture the sound of our voices. Yes, we need a lot of reform. Yes, we have a lot of work to do. But every trip down any road begins with the first step down that road. And in this case, that means getting out and voting for who you need to vote for. You have to vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris today if you live in the United States. And the reason is because these are the only people that offer a path out of autocracy and fascism. I happen to like both of these people, but I understand there are others, friends of mine on the left, who don't find them as appealing as some of us do. And that's fine. What I've loved in this election is that everyone united on the Democratic side and the left side recognizes that we are facing an existential threat. And when you're facing an existential threat, the obvious answer is to vote against the existential threat. And that is what everyone that I know that has been on this side has done. And I think it's critically important that you be thinking about that today. You have a very clear choice before you. And let's be clear, not choosing not to vote is itself a choice. It is an incredibly destructive one. It is one that suggests to people that are watching, and there are people watching, that you don't really care if you maintain control. You don't care if you maintain, any of those situations, right? You don't care if other people exercise your voice for you. And just as power abhors a vacuum, it is the case that moral behavior also abhors a vacuum. If good seeds the field and turns away out of despair or cynicism or fear, then evil will enter where good has left. So it is our obligation to do what we have been doing this cycle, and that is to get out and vote in huge numbers, to text bank and phone bank like Turbo Tango is doing right now, to use whatever platforms we have, see this one, to spread the word about the importance of getting out and voting, to spread information about resources, and to recognize that it is up to all of us to not give into the naked cynicism that they want you to believe in, which is your vote isn't going to matter anyway. If your vote didn't matter, they wouldn't be trying so hard to suppress it. Full stop. There's no logical reason that they would do any of what they're doing if it weren't for the fact that they are terrified of your voice. So the response to that is to make your voice louder, to make it more audible, to make it more heard. And you begin that by doing the fundamental aspect of the way that we get our voices heard in modern society, and that is voting. It's helping others to vote. It's allowing your voice to be heard and loudly proclaiming that you've done so, that you voted and others should too. So I want you today to reject cynicism. Reject the easy answer, which is nothing matters anyway. Don't just turn away and say, it doesn't matter, I'm just going to go play video games. No. Vote, and then hang out with friends, and spread the word, and text bank and phone bank, and definitely take breaks and rests and all this stuff. I'm not asking you to burn yourself out. It's exhausting. We're all exhausted. But do what you can to bring this all the way home to the finish line. And as you do whatever events you do in your life, you'll be able to do so knowing that you made the right moral choice to make your voice heard, and to do so not only for you and your generation, but for the generations to come. I was just talking to TariToons about this, and I want to say very clearly that I am very optimistic about the long-term future, because I have taught this demographic, the 18 to 22-year-old demographic, for 20 plus years. And I am optimistic about what I see from them. They get it. But we need to get the baton to that generation, and we need to make sure that we leave them something that's worth racing for. So we have an obligation, I have an obligation at the age of 48, to continue to fight for the best planet and best world that I can possibly have. I have an obligation to form the best community that I can find. And I have an obligation to do the best I can for myself and for my children and those that I don't even know who are in that generation. So I want to encourage everybody here today to reject the cynical, easy, none of it matters, none of it makes a difference. Reject that. Be the joyful warrior. Go out and vote joyfully. Go back and fight joyfully. Let your voice be heard joyfully. Because I believe that in the joyful exercise of our rights, in the refusal to be shut down, to be cast aside, to be minimized, marginalized, silenced, in the joyful refusal to let those things happen, we move the moral arc of the universe, we bend it more towards justice. And we do that by getting our voices heard. So vote, get others to vote, spread the word, and then sit back and know that you have done the best you can on this day, and share in what we accomplish together as a community. And regardless of the result today, our coming together in a community will make a bigger difference in the long-term future of our planet and our society than anything else we could do on this moment. So, yep, exactly what Rising Tides just said. As always, Rising Tides is right on point. So, okay, with all that said, I'm not going to talk schedule today. I'll do more of that later. I do have a schedule set up. We've got TariToons going on right now, and then we've got at 4 p.m. Vaporum Lockdown on GOG.com. But get out there, people. Don't watch me first. Vote first. Then come back and talk about, if you're a U.S. citizen, then come back and you can talk about how you voted and how awesome it was. Definitely do that, but make sure that you vote if you haven't already done so first. Okay, now I'm going to unmute myself, and I am going to unmute Terry. And we are going to head over there, where I believe Terry is currently drawing something which does not look to me to be my classic vision of a ninja. I have to be honest; it's not typically what I expect. But I will say hi to TariToons. Hi, my friend. How are you, Terry?
Hi, I'm doing okay. And also, a ninja should ideally always look like what you're not expecting them to look like. So
that's true. I am actually a very secret ninja for a long time. So I think
yes.
Now I can reveal it. Because I looked over at one point and Terry and I were chatting, and I'm like, "Wait, is that me?" And she's like, "Yeah, that's you." I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome." So I typically feel that way whenever Terry draws me. I'm always kind of like, "Wait, ooh," and then I get this sense of delight because someone's drawing me, and it's cool.
That hasn't actually, I think I only drawn you twice before, I think. Once
right.
as a pony, and once there was this
That's
one
true.
technical difficulty caricature I drew of you.
Which was also true at that time, let me just say.
Yes. Yeah, you were very angry that day.
Oh, God, I was so pissed off. I remember it very well. How are you doing, Terry? How's life on your end and everything?
Oh, just watching the world burn around us, as everybody does currently. So, yeah, fun stuff. Here to draw some ninjas.
I'm excited. Yeah, we've got some ninjas going up. Which reminds me, we need to figure out a music a soundtrack for today. So, what do you think?
How about a soundtrack from one of the Naruto games?
Okay, I'll buy that. I was going to say either that or Ninja Gaiden.
Oh yeah, that also works.
Let me see. Okay, let's see. Ninja Gaiden. Let's see. No, I don't want that. I want the Ninja Gaiden, which is I found an incredibly difficult game, incidentally. All right, let me see how this works. Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, that's definitely what we want. Okay, I'm gonna put that link in there. Naruto's a good choice too, but
yes.
Okay. You'll see what I mean when you start playing it.
Ooh, loud.
Yeah. But da-da-da, da-da-da. Oh, man.
Time for some, what is that, 8-bit ninjas?
8-bit ninjas, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. All right, chat. How is the music, folks? Please let me know how the music is. Is it too loud? Is it too soft? Let me know about the music. Wait a second. Wait. Okay, there we go. Soft but audible. All right, so let me... How's that? I want to make sure that it doesn't drown me out, but... Is that better? How's that? Test 1 2, test 1 2. How's the audio bounce? Good. Okay, so here we go for Ninja Gaiden. So, today what we're doing, folks, is... So Tari, of course, as you know, is a spectacular artist. I hope everyone should know that by now. And has done these gamebook illustration streams. But today we get started with something brand new. And I've actually never done this gamebook on stream in any way. Hey, welcome, Evel Marinan. And that is this. The Way of the Tiger Assassin. You were a ninja warrior in this new as of... Let me see, when is this? It was new as of 1985. Okay. And I do want to read, because I think it's important, the historical note, which is important here. Ninjas are a historical fact. Ninjas existed in Japan from the 6th century AD to the beginning of the 17th century. For much of this period, there were struggles for power between the warlords or daimyos, who were the heads of the noble clans. The ninjas were unknown faceless men, professional assassins and spies, killing machines available for hire. All of the abilities and skills attributed to the ninja in this book are based on reality. Historically, the ninjas of medieval Japan were apparently able to perform most of the feats and were expert in many of the skills outlined in The Way of the Tiger. So I want you to know that this is true. That's right there. Roar. All right, so there we go.
Also, they actually did do some historical research for this.
Yes, that was one of the reasons that I liked doing it, because it wasn't going to be... Yeah, and they have even like a set of like sort of moves that you'll be able to see as well. So, but because this is different, you'll have to bear with us, because there are going to be some big differences between our standard kind of use with this game book, but we will see how this goes. So, but chat, as always, you will be making...
Can we learn sexy no jutsu?
Well... Let me tell you, I mean, we've got like, they literally break down all of the, here, in fact, I'll show you. They break down all of the, forgot how banging this soundtrack is. Okay, let's see, move list, ninja move list, image. All right, so let me get this. I'm going to fire this up for everybody, so just give me a second while I do this. Date modified, okay. Okay, here we go. So, I'm going to show you all this image. All right, there we go.
Oh.
So now I'm showing it on stream.
I am not hosting right now.
Oh, thank you for the host, Rising Tides, also.
Forgot about that.
Okay, so here we go. And it actually notes, do not attempt any of the techniques or methods described in this book. They could result in serious injury or death to an untrained user. It's probably true. So here are the different options that you have. The winged horse kick, the leaping tiger kick, the forked lightning kick, the iron fist punch, the tiger's paw chop, the cobra strike punch. During the adventure, you can learn Quan's flail, the whirlpool throw, the dragon's tail throw, and the teeth of tiger throw. So these are all various throws and kicks and punches that you can do in this game, which is pretty cool. Thank you for the host, Terry. That you can do in this game. So we'll definitely, be showing this off again, but I wanted you all to get a look at what awaits you here in the future. All right.
What the fuck is the iron fist punch? Like, that looks just wrong in every way.
Well.
Or is it like? Can you zoom in on that? Oh, you clicked it away.
I did. I got it. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Sure I can. It looks like it's just a straight punch.
Because it looks like the arm is on the wrong side. Yeah,
no, it's like right arm out, left arm back, right? It's the
no,
right.
like it should be like right arm out, left leg back.
Oh, interesting.
No, the other way around. Like.
Because he's got
basically right side, right arm forward, left leg forward. Left leg.
No, because
Wait,
you'd want
oh God,
the
I need to stand up for this.
No, because you'd want the left leg back to balance out the right arm forward, wouldn't you?
Oh wait, no, it is right. Never mind. I just like had a brain fart. Also, it's been a while. I used to do Aikido back in the day.
I see.
Well, used to do like for a very short period of time. But I also did judo as a kid, and
Terry
like,
as ninja
years.
confirmed.
Yeah.
Yep. What you didn't realize, Chad, is that all of us are ninjas. Like everyone
Yes.
associated with this channel. Rising Tides is a ninja. Turbo Tango, clearly a ninja. Obviously a ninja, I mean.
That's why I say that that's why I pretend to like pirates so much, to like throw people off.
Right, yeah.
Because it's like you can only like pirates or ninjas.
Exactly.
So you can't like both. So.
Evil Marin and New Terry's a ninja. Yeah, well, see, obviously ninjas have boyfriends also, so there's that. And, so they're still also secret. Actually, I would think that a boyfriend of a ninja would be kind of a badass in general because, you have to be to keep up with the secret ninja. So, yeah, it's an unfair advantage, exactly. Oh, man. All right, so that is the deal with the Way of the Ninja. So here, ladies and gentlemen, is the background. All right. On the magical world of Orb, alone in a sea that the people of the Man March call endless, lies the mystical island of tranquil dreams.
Do you think there are flat earthers in that world?
Do I think of what?
That there are flat earthers in that world?
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Like, no, the world should be called plane.
That's it. You know what? Actually, Turbo Tango's right. The Dread Pirate Roberts is a ninja pirate hybrid. Yeah, there is something to that. I can see that. It's true. It combines all things in the form of Wesley. Many years have passed since the time when, as an infant, you first saw its golden shores and emerald rice meadows. A servant brought you, braving the distant leagues of the ponderous ocean from lands to which you have never returned. Your loyal servant laid you, an orphan, at the steps of the Temple of the Rock, praying that the monks would care for you, for she was frail and dying of a hideous curse. Monks have lived on the island for centuries, dedicated to the worship of their god, Quan, he who speaks the holy words of power, supreme master of unarmed combat. They live only to help others resist the evil that infests the world. Seeing that you were alone and needed care, the monks registered you to vote, and then took you in and you became an acolyte at the Temple of the Rock. I made up the vote part. Nothing was made of the strange birthmark shaped like a crown which you carry on your thigh, though you remember that the old servant insisted that it was of mystical importance. Whatever you have asked about this, the monks have bade you meditate and be patient. I don't entirely know why you would remember the old servant insisted if you were an infant, but anyway. The most ancient and powerful of the monks of all, Naijishi, Grand Master of the Dawn, became your foster father. He gave you guidance and training in the calm goodness of Quan, knowledge of men and their ways, and how to meditate so that your mind floats free of your body and rides the winds in search of truth. From the age of 6, however, most of your time has been spent learning the way of the tiger. Now you are a ninja, a master of the martial arts and a deadly assassin who can kill the most powerful enemies unseen and unsuspected. Like a tiger, you are strong, stealthy, agile, patient in the stalking of prey, and deadly. In the land of plenty and the Man March, the fabled ninja, known as the Men with No Shadow, are held in awe. The mere mention of ninja strikes fear into people's hearts. But you are one of the few who worship Quan and follow the way of the tiger. You use your skill as a bringer of death to rid the world of evildoers. At an early age, you hung by the hands for hours on end from the branches of trees to strengthen your arms. This is a training montage, Chad, okay? You ran for miles, your light-footed speed enough to keep a 30-foot ribbon trailing above the ground. You trod tight ropes as agile as a monkey. Now you swim like a fish and leap like a tiger. You move like the whisper of the breeze and glide through the blackest night like a shade. Before he died, Naijishi taught you the ninja's covenant, which is Ninja no Shigiri. I will vanish into the night, change my body to wood or stone, sink into the earth and walk through walls and locked doors. I will be killed many times, yet will not die, change my face and become invisible, able to walk among men without being seen. It was after your foster father Naijishi's death that you began to live the words of the covenant. A man came to the island, Yaman, Grand Master of Flame. Using borrowed sorcery, he tricked the monks into believing that he was a worshipper of Quan from the great continent. He was indeed a monk, but he worshipped Quan's twisted brother, get ready for it, Vile, who helps the powerful to subdue the weak and wicked men to rule fools. Yaman slew Naijishi, no one could match him in unarmed combat, and he stole the scrolls of Ketsuin from the temple. Once more you knew the pain of loss, for you had loved Naijishi as a father. You swore an oath to Quan that one day you would avenge his death. the malice of the gods of evil. As chronicled in the book Avenger, you used your skills as a hunter and a bringer of death to avenge the killing of Nagishi, your spiritual father. This happened before this book, in case you're curious. You tracked his murderer, Yaman, Grandmaster of the evil monks of the Scarlet Mantis, to Quenchheart Keep in the shadow of the Goblin's Teeth Mountains. A ranger, Glavis, brought you across the endless sea on his ship, the Aquamarine, and you landed at the city of Doomover in the Man March. You traveled hundreds of leagues through the wilderness, crossing the Mountains of Vision at Fortune Pass, where you were forced to kill Olvar the Chaosbringer, a berserk barbarian. Thence you journeyed to the Sea of the Star, to Druath Glennon, and now to Quenchheart Keep. Yaman had stolen the scrolls of Ketsuin, which hold the secret to the Word of Power, which would bind your god, Quan, and Inferno. 2 other powerful and evil men had joined him. Each knew another such word of power, to bind a god or goddess in the lake of boiling blood for eternity. You stand now on the rain-washed roof of the Great Keep. You have just killed Yaman's allies, poisoned Honoric, leader of the dreaded Legion of the Sword of Doom, with the blood of Nil, and slaughtered Mance the Death Mage, a reverencer of Nemesis, the most powerful of the gods of evil. Their bodies lie chill and cold nearby. After a great battle with Yaman, you have now triumphed again and are revenged. With his dying breath, he has told you that he was responsible for the death of your true father, whom you never knew. Now he lies before you. In death, he seems smaller and less imposing than in life. His scarlet jacket, now drenched with rain and sweat, has fallen open to reveal a waxed parchment, the scrolls of Ketsuin, and a map of Orb. You are about to open these when a wondrous feeling of peace overwhelms you, and the voice of your god, Quan, sounds all around you. The Grandmaster of the Dawn named you well, Avenger. For now it is Yaman, and not I, who will languish in the lake of boiling blood and inferno. If you had failed, the Doom Legion and the monks of the Scarlet Mantis would have swept across the Man March, aided by the priests who revere Nemesis, and all mankind would have lived in terror under the evil overlords you have slain. Your wounds are healed as if by a miracle, and new strength floods into your body as the god gives you inner force. You feel dazed and awed by what is happening, and the sense of Quan's goodness fills your soul with enlightenment. There is little time now, Avenger, for the gods of evil move against us. You must return the scrolls of Ketsuin to their rightful place at the Temple of the Rock on the Island of Tranquil Dreams.
Oh, we're going to the Temple of the Rock?
Going to the Temple of the Rock. Can you smell what the temple is cooking? Your journey will be beset with dangers, but I will aid you. Choose a skill from the way of the tiger which you have not yet mastered, and I will grant you its knowledge. It shall be as if you had practiced it from your birthing. The god continues, I will help you but once at a time of great danger. If you truly have need of me, say only, Quan, redeem me, and I shall be your salvation. I will watch over you, Avenger, for it is my hope that one day you will join me in the garden of the gods. As Quan's presence leaves, you cannot stop yourself calling out, Who was my real father? It is as if the wind itself speaks to you as the voice of Quan fades and says, Luke, I am... No, he didn't say that. It is not yet time, Avenger. You shrug your shoulders defiantly as the malice of the gods of evil seems to beat upon your back. They will put many obstacles in your way, and you will never see the beautiful island of tranquil dreams again if fate should turn her back on you. You shiver, noticing the coldness of the rain for the first time. Quan has departed, and you are alone once more. Alright, so that's the setup, people. We gotta get the scrolls of Ketsuin back to the Temple of the Rock on the Island of Tranquil Dreams. That's our goal. We have to do that. What's that?
Maybe the Rock is our dad?
Maybe the Rocks are dead. That would be pretty sweet. And yes, the Rock did endorse Biden-Harris, so we know, that it's good. Plus, he plays freaking Maui in Moana. I mean, like, obviously, this guy is awesome. So, okay, so here's how the way combat works, chat. As a master of taijutsu, the ninja's art of unarmed combat, you have 4 main ways of fighting. Throwing shuriken, obviously. Kicks, punches, or throws. You will be told when you can use shuriken. In general, it will be harder to hit an opponent when kicking, but a kick will do more damage. A throw, if successful, will allow you to follow up with a possible killing blow, but if you fail a throw, your defense against an opponent will be lower as you are open to attack. Whenever you are in a combat, you will be asked which type of attack you wish to make, and it tells you to look at the Way of the Tiger illustration list, which I've already showed you. You can see the different kicks there. You got Winged Horse Kick, Leaping Tiger Kick, Whirlpool Throw, Forked Lightning, Dragon's Tail Throw, Iron Fist Punch, Tiger's Paw Chop, Cobra Strike Punch, Teeth of Tiger Throw, and of course we know that the Iron Fist Punch is right because it is now TariToons approved. So I just want you all to know that this is a real thing, and so.
Well, I don't know if the name is correct, but yes, that is like an actual stance.
It's an actual thing, a stance of some kind. So, you will be told which paragraph
to... I don't know the correct vocabulary for this stuff in English.
So literally, you get to choose like what move you do, and it will change the paragraph that you turn to. Like, I'm going to kick. I'm very tempted not to start doing parappa the rappa. Kick, yes! Punch, it's all in the mind. If you want to help me. better. No, kick.
Oh, that's the next soundtrack we should play.
Punch, 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 punch. Yeah, we should. Oh man, I loved parappa the rappa when I was younger. Don't get cocky, it's gonna get rocky. The onion, the freaking onion is your teacher. I love it. Anyway, okay. So when you are resolving combat, you'll find it useful to record your opponent's defense and endurance score. Endurance is like hit points. Defense is your defense skill. Combats have been presented in such a way it's possible for you briefly to examine the rules and begin play almost immediately. But if you do this, don't forget about blocking and inner force, so you won't be told when to use these in the text. So I think we'll get to this point when we get there, but basically the idea is punch, kick, throw, and then we begin the game with 20 points of endurance, which we'll put up here. We have to come up with a name, by the way, so be ready for this.
What gender is our character?
That's also very important. I don't know yet. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's get up there. All right, there we go. 20 stamina, all right? That's our endurance. And actually, I'll mention stamina equals endurance. Okay. Now, let's see. Then we've got also the block. There are thin, lightweight iron rods which have been sewn into your sleeves, enabling you to block swords and other weapons. That's pretty awesome. So during combat, you can try to block the blow and take no damage if you're hit. If, however, your score is equal to or greater than your defense, you take damage in the normal way, but your next attack is less effectual. So when you get hit, you can try to block, but when you block, your next attack is a little bit less effective. So remember that. And then we have inner force. Your inner force, through meditation and rigorous training, you have mastered the ability to unleash spiritual or inner power through your body in the same way as the karate experts of today break blocks of wood and bricks. In any combat, before you roll the die to determine if you will hit or miss an opponent, you may choose to use inner force. If you do, deduct 1 point from your inner force score. This is used up whether or not you succeed in striking your opponent, but if you are successful, you double the score you roll when determining the amount of damage. You begin the game with 5 points of inner force. So let's do that. Inner force is 5.
So like chakra or ki.
Yeah, basically, yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You think they just call it that, considering?
No, because it's totally different, Terry. No, it's totally different. This isn't ki, it's inner force, okay? It's its own stat that has nothing to do with something obvious. So just keep that in mind. It's totally different. And fate, of course. When luck plays its part and the goddess fate has great power in the world of orb. When you are asked to make a fate roll, roll 2 dice and add or subtract your fate modifier. And obviously we're going to use luck for fate. You begin your adventure with a fate modifier of 0. So, and luck equals fate. Okay, there we go. All right, and then we have the skills of the way of the tiger. You have been trained in ninjutsu all your life. Your senses of smell, sight, and hearing have been homed to almost TariToonian effectiveness. You are well versed in woodcraft, able to track like a bloodhound, and to cover your own tracks. Your knowledge of plants and herb lore enables you to live off the land. You are at the peak of physical fitness, able to run up to 50 miles a day and swim like a fish.
God,
your training included horsemanship, a little ventriloquism. Hold on 1 second.
Ventriloquism? That's a random thing.
Man, I was taking the phone just in case there was some like voting thing or whatever, but some stupid warranty, like extended warranty on your car. Shut up. Okay. Your training included horsemanship, a little ventriloquism, meditation, the ability to hold yourself absolutely still for hours on end, perfecting your balance, and the 7 ways of going, or disguise. The latter skill involves comprehensive training so that you can perform as a minstrel, for instance, if this disguise is used. However, a major part of this training has been in stealth, hiding in shadows, moving silently, breathing as quietly as possible, enabling you to move about unseen and unheard. So you begin the game with these skills. There are 9 other skills. One of these, Shuriken Jutsu, is always taught to a ninja in training. These you must take, but then you must choose 3 other skills from the remaining 8 and note them down on your character sheet.
We don't get all the skills that just got listed.
Right. You get all those skills, but then there's other skills in addition.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, there's a lot of skills. Let's see.
What is this, Pathfinder? Hey!
Yeah, I know, right? It's really true, too. My God. Okay, so let me write down the skills that we have. And
sometimes I'm funny.
You're often funny.
Aww.
Okay, skills equals. So we're going to talk about that. But before we do that, chat, we have a very serious thing we need to do, and that is we need to come up with a name for our ninja. So, and a gender as well. Yes. Or non-binary, I suppose. We need to figure that out. So, the question is, we need name choices. So what I would like you to do, chat, is I'm going to ask for nominations, 1 nomination per person, please, of possible names. What should we name our character? All right, chat, give me name options. Name options for Assassin, the Way of the Tiger,
Should we
ninja.
first decide their gender?
Well, I figure that comes out as part of the name, too. Like gender and name. So you can give that at the same time, basically. So give me those options, chat. Give me some possible choices for names.
I'm like just looking at my bookshelf that's full of my manga collection. Like the size down collection, I should mention. Because I got rid of like 80% of them or something the other year.
Yeah.
Because no space,
Oh,
and
really?
I haven't touched a lot of these in a long time, so I just kept my favorites. It's like...
And you also, I guess you can do digital too. Okay, so we got Conan from Gigafrost. I like that with a K. Cute. Okay, Conan. All right, what else do we have? Man, this music though.
I'm also going to do a suggestion.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it down in chat though.
Aoshi. That's a good one. Turbo Tango, Kage, Ryu, or Falling Thunder. Oh, Falling Thunder. There you go. Yeah, this should be right up Turbo Tango's alley because this is all Hearts of Wulin related stuff, I think. What was the name of your character in Hearts of Wulin again, Turbo Tango? Who is, of course, otherwise known as Michael R. Underwood. A.K.A. All right, we got Conan. We got
so many character name ideas. Like, oh my god.
Heaven's Justice. That's right. Heaven's Justice. Oh man, that was such a good name. I hope that we're able to get back to that at some point. It was fun watching that campaign. Falling Thunder. What do you mean you're terrible with names? Don't you play in a freaking
Don't question it.
I don't. Suriken. Okay.
Oh, Suriken.
Conan,
like
Aoshi, Falling Thunder, Suriken. That's cute. Yep. Suriken. Conan, Aoshi, Falling Thunder, Suriken. Okay.
I'm not sure that Kan is actually a syllable in Japanese. Like the vast majority of syllables in Japanese end on a vowel sound.
So, like, O, Rikano?
Yeah, for example.
So what about that, or Surika?
I know Rika is definitely a name in Japan.
You can have an ending of N or M, he says. Okay. So Turbo Tango says you can end it with an N.
Oh, okay.
Or an M.
I thought that was just specific.
Okay, and we got Jun. These are good ones. Conan, Aoshi, Falling Thunder, Suriken. Is that Jun? Is that Yun? Is that Yun or Jun? Rising Tides, like with a J or a Y?
It's pronounced Yun. I would
Yun?
pronounce it Yun.
It would be Yun?
Like, the problem is, like, most of these names I've only ever read and not, like, heard out loud.
Right. Yeah, and I don't know myself. So maybe Yun? That's true, actually. Rising Tides should, like, be all over this. Rising Tides is a huge anime guy, too. I believe you pronounce the J. Oh, so it is Jun. Jun? Words ending with an N has the N stressed like it's its own syllable. Oh, so it'll be Surika-an? Like Surika-an? Or am I doing that wrong, Uncle Elias? Surika-an? Surika-an? So it'll be Surika-an. Aka-an. Am I doing that right? Surika-an.
Also, need to decide what kind of moe type our character is gonna be. Very important.
What kind of what type now?
Exactly. Like 5 people maybe in chat will know what that is. What anime people do we have?
Well, Rising Tides
anime.
is a big one.
Okay, so Rising Tides. What is our character's moe type?
No moe, I rebuke this decision.
Yandere? Oh God, no.
And I should have said Turbo Tango as well. Yandere?
Yandere.
Yandere. Uncle Elias, am I doing that right? Surikanan? Rikanan? Am I doing that right?
I'm just like looking at the list we have so far. Yeah, I know that name from that manga. I know that name from that manga. I know that name from that manga.
Okay, so I think this is good though. We got a good list of 5. Conan, Aoshi, Fong, Thunder, Suriken, and
we have one more spot, right?
Surikanen. Surikanen. How about that? Surikanen. Surikanen? How about that? Surikanen. Tomoe. Surikanen. So wait, am I doing that too? Tomoe?
Yes. Sure. Okay. If there's like still a slot for you, I mean, nobody else has a suggestion.
Oh God, we're doing all of the sound things.
Soundtrack just went weird.
Yeah, this is all
I
like.
think I'm done with
oh, it's all
score.
sound effects. Yeah, this is all sound effects. Let's switch over to Ninja Gaiden 2 soundtrack, which is literally on that same page there. Not none, just N. Suriken. Ken. N. Suriken. Suriken. Like that. Like if you said bun. Suriken. Surikaten. Surikaten. I think it's that. Surikaten. Okay. Surikaten. Woo! I'm kind of hoping we don't pick that so I don't keep messing it up as we do it. Okay, Surikaten. Okay, good. Alright, so here we go, folks. We're going to do our first vote of the day. What should we name our character? Get in your votes. Will it be Conan? Will it be Aoshi? Will it be Falling Thunder? Will it be Surikan? Will it be Jun? Or will it be Tomoe? Conan.
Like, an A is always an A sound, I think, or most of the time.
Conan?
Conan.
I was thinking it was going to be Conan. Conan!
That's Dutch for bunny. So.
Is it? Ninja Bunny.
9.
Look, the bunny in Holy Grail. Monty Python Holy Grail. Should be Chin
I was like
Pumpkin.
more thinking of Sailor Moon because the main character's name in the original is Usagi, which is Japanese for bunny.
Ah, I did not know
And her
that.
name is a pun actually because her full name is Tsukino Usagi, which means bunny in the moon or on the moon, which goes because like in like Western stuff we have like the man in the moon, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in Japan you have a bunny that lives on the moon.
Hey, Mrs. Dunsel has voted for Conan. All right. All right, chat, get your votes in now. This will be our character's name.
Thank you, Arcana Spot, for making sure everybody votes in this poll.
Thank you, Rising Tide. This poll. This is the most important vote. No.
Yes. Oh, I just remember this one really old, like, one-shot manga by, like, one of my favorite comic artists from when I was a kid. It was like her, what's it called? Debut comic, I think. Squib Feeling Blue was the name. It was about a kunoichi in like modern day Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I remember about it. She had a cool outfit.
She had a cool outfit. She looked cool.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Incidentally, Terry, if you get a chance, I recommend, I've been recommending this to everybody, but the Murderbot Diaries by Martha Wells, which is about this advanced AI that basically likes watching Netflix and anime. And like it's an incredible set of books, and Martha's a friend, and I've actually taught the first one of those, called All Systems Red, in my science fiction class. But I brought it up because Sanctuary Moon is like the big thing that she wants to keep watching, and like, you know, watches all these entertainment reels and feeds and stuff like that. So I think you would find she's a great character. Like, she's basically an awkward. She like is like really socially awkward, but is like a killing machine. It's it's pretty awesome. So if you get a chance to read it, I recommend it. It's available digital and regular. It's novella, that first one, so it doesn't take super long to read, but it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm gonna last call this, folks. Right now, Conan is winning.
Oh god, does that mean I have to make her look like Conan from Naruto?
So does it? Yeah, I guess, like, because I know still a little about any of that. So what does Conan from Naruto look like?
Basically she has like blue hair in a bun, and like has this big white paper flower as like a decoration on her head, and like wears oh god, you don't know anything about Naruto, right?
No, like practically
Okay, so
nothing.
she is like part of this like evil organization who all wear these like long black cloaks that have like red clouds on them.
Okay.
And like basically her like special power that she has is that she can turn herself into sheets of paper.
What? Okay. That seems
And
like
basically all her like her entire fighting style is like based around paper. And like
she gives you like paper
stuff.
cuts and things.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Just like deadly ones.
I'll quickly fold an origami crane at you. Okay. That's pretty cool. Oh wait, wait, you got fan art? Hold on. Let me see. Oh, okay. I love that cloak.
Yeah, that cloak was like for many years you couldn't go to any like vaguely related to anime or manga convention without like seeing somebody or like a billion people wearing that cloak, because
Okay.
there are like a lot of characters in that comic who wear that cloak.
Okay, now I have a good sense of it. I loved her. She was so cool. All right, going once, chat. Going twice. Okay, Conan it is.
So is she? Do you guys want me to actually design a new character, or do you just want me to do Conan from Naruto?
To avoid getting, maybe we should just use the name, but
Okay.
have you design something different to avoid any potential,
Works for me.
takedowns, copyright strikes. Okay, so now that we have the name
I
of
do
our...
that for stuff like that, but
Yeah, well, I think you're probably right, but was the one that one of the folks in your old D&D group made Naruto D20. That's awesome. Yeah, new character because I love seeing your art. Well, that's, of course, also
Aw.
true.
well, I would be drawing Conan then.
No, but
Yeah.
now you get to do your own, like...
Right.
You get to, right? Okay, we also know this is, I believe, she/her. I believe Conan, right, is what we're talking about. So we have Conan. All right, so here are our skills, chat. We have a Shuriken Jutsu. You begin the adventure with 3 Shuriken. You normally carry 5, but you've lost 2 on your adventures. The type you specialize in are throwing stars, small razor-sharp star-shaped discs of metal. You can throw these up to a range of about 30 feet with devastating effect. If you throw a shuriken, you'll be given a defense number for your target. Roll 2 dice, and if the score is higher than the defense number, you will have hit your target. If this is the case, roll 1 die. The score is the amount of damage the shuriken does. Subtract it from your target's endurance. You may find yourself in a position where you're unable to retrieve a shuriken once you have thrown it, so you need to keep a running total in the box provided on your character sheet. All right, so let's talk about shuriken. Shuriken. And we've got 3. Normally I have 5, so we're going to say you have 3 right now. Okay. So, Conan O'Brien. No copyright strikes. Oh my god. Okay, Shuriken Jutsu, right. So... Alright, so we've got Shuriken Jutsu. Now we have the following skills, chat. We have to decide. We have to pick 3 of these skills, okay? So we have to pick 3 of these skills. What skills should we choose? So here are the skills that are options. The first one is arrow cutting. I hope no one should need to know. Anyone who has watched anything, including Once Upon a Time in China, or perhaps owns all 3 of those films like I do. Arrow cutting, requiring excellent muscular coordination, hand and eye judgment, and reflexes. This skill will enable you to knock aside or even catch incoming missiles such as arrows or spears. Whoop! Okay, acrobatics.
Oh, I thought it was like actually making arrows. But
you can make arrows with your hands and then throw them. No, you keep from being attacked by them. It reminds me of, I forget which one of Once Upon a Time in China I think is one of these, but there's this guy who has this thing called, he calls it the iron robe technique, and basically what they do is they like, people are like firing at him, like firing guns at him, and he just like keeps spinning around and not getting hit. So they do this a couple times, like they fire 2 shots at him and he does this, and he's like, I have iron robe technique, you cannot defeat it. And they're all like, oh, okay. Like, I'm like, wait, what? Like, how about you just, like, take this guy down in a hail of bullets? They're just like, all right, well, I can't shoot him, so, because of the iron robe technique. Okay, acrobatics, ability to leap and jump using flips, cartwheels like a tumbler or gymnast. I think that's pretty straightforward. We have immunity to poisons. Immunity to poisons. We also have feigning death.
That is a stupid post, Jesus.
Feigning death. Requiring long and arduous training, slow his heart rate metabolism through willpower alone, thus appearing to be dead. Escapology. Oh, yeah. Escapology. Yes. I don't know. No. No, that's no. Escapology. And then we have 3 more skills, and I've just realized I'm not going to be able to get all of these in. So what's going to happen is, chat, as you vote for these, if one of these things you see is in this last skill, just like vote for that, and then we'll choose that as our option. So we got poison needles, picking locks, detecting and disarming traps, and the last one is climbing. Using a grappling hook and hand and foot clamps or cat's claws. So these are your skills. So we need to pick 3 of these. We've already got Shuriken Jutsu. So we need to pick 3 of these remaining skills. Arrow cutting, acrobatics, immunity to poisons, feigning death, escapology, poison needles, picking locks, detecting and disarming traps, which is all one thing. And climbing. So I'm going to open this poll. So what do you think, chat? So you can vote for the one that you think is most important, basically. Vote for the one that you think is most important. And then we'll take that as one of our skills, and then we'll reduce the number of skills available to us. I'm looking over and I'm already excited by the, although I see I'm going to have to move the artwork around to fit it. It's currently over on one side. Okay.
No, don't do that. I always like move around my...
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Alright, never mind then. Alright. Don't get mad at me then later on when you're like, it's not on frame. Okay. Okay.
No, I usually just do that if, like, an important detail that happens to be on the edge, like, gets cut off.
Right, okay.
Like, speech bubble or something.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, that's cool. I'm very excited to see what it looks like. Okay, so we've got, I'm going to last call this. We've got acrobatics, arrow cutting, poison needles, picking locks, detecting traps, and disarming traps, and climbing. So, any other votes? Any other votes? Let's get those votes in. And then what we'll do is we'll take the top vote getter is going to be up there, and what I'll probably do is just take the top vote getter, and then I'll sort of ratchet up all the other ones so that I don't have to put 3 skills in one. Last call, last call. And we're going to close the poll. Okay, so one of our skills is acrobatics. All right. Now what we do is we put this, we're going to make this, we're going to put this as poison needles, so that now we just have the 2 down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, okay. So here we go. So now what we've got is, we've got now 2 out of 7. Now, chat, we have to pick 2 out of 7. Arrow cutting, poison needles, immunity to poisons, feigning death, escapology, and then we've got picking locks, which is 1, detecting and disarming traps is 2, and climbing is 3. So we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, that shouldn't be right. Because we got... Oh, I don't have... Wait. Picking... Detecting and disarming traps, climbing. Wait, is picking locks, detecting and... Oh, that's all one thing. I'm wrong. So, arrow cutting, poison needles, immunity to poisons, feigning death, escapology. Picking locks, detecting and disarming traps is all one thing. And then the second thing there is climbing. So if you want climbing or poison or picking locks, detecting and disarming traps, you'll want to vote for that one. And we're going to do the same basic thing we did last time. So you're going to vote again. And if you voted for one before, you can vote again. That's fine. So arrow cutting, poison needles, immunity to poisons, feigning death, escapology, and then you've got either picking locks, detecting and disarming traps, or climbing. You'll get a vote for either one of those if you cast it in there. And then what we'll do is we'll put that up there. So.
Oh god damn it! Could have used one of my terrible Naruto OCs that I came up with when I was 14 or 15. Jesus.
Missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity. Yeah. Oh well. So considering that she's gonna be a yandere, means that she has to have pink hair.
Okay.
Yandere always have pink hair.
Okay, that seems very reasonable.
Do you know what a yandere is?
No.
Yeah,
I know what pink hair is. What is it?
So you have these what are they called? Archetypes in anime that keep popping up.
Okay.
Specifically for female characters.
Okay.
And one of the more well-known ones is the yandere, which is a character who looks all cute and innocent on the outside, but is actually a murdering sociopath. So...
I see. So pretty much a lot of what is that visual novel game with the evil-looking teddy bear that is some murderous killing thing? It's a game, but it's sort of it's like a deduction game, kind of in the mold of Phoenix Wright or Ace Attorney, but it's Yes. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said the first time around. I guess yes, Danganronpa. Yes, exactly. So it's a little bit like that.
Didn't actually play it, but that still brought that up.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay, chat. We've got so let's get a couple more votes in here if we can. We've got arrow cutting, poison needles, immunity to poisons, feigning death, escapology, and then that last one is picking locks, detecting and disarming traps, and climbing. Those are those 2.
I guess she's falling in this picture. I don't know what I'm doing. Poses are difficult, okay?
Poses are hard. Okay, last call. Anyone else? And I will say that what we'll end up doing is I'll probably have to put one of these other on a second line so that I can break down and see exactly what you're voting for, since I don't actually know. Oh, no, actually, I know how to do that. I have a better way of doing that, actually. So never mind what I just said. Okay, and closed. Okay, so chat, since there's only 2 choices, I just need you to tell me which of these you prefer. You don't have to do an official, in-chat vote. You can just tell me, well, it has to be in chat, but you could just tell me in chat. Do you want to do, of those 2 choices, do you want to do picking locks, detecting and disarming traps, that's choice 1, or climbing is choice 2? So just tell me in chat which one you want. Climbing or picking locks, detecting and disarming traps. Those are your 2 choices of that group. What's it going to be? What is 1? Okay, so traps. I assume 1 is picking locks, right, Elias? I think. Mrs. Dunsel says climbing. Okay, picking locks. Yeah, it is 1. Okay, cool. That's what I thought. Picking locks, traps. I've got 2 for picking locks, traps, and 1 for climbing. Also, I think I said hi, Rudnell, but if I didn't, hi. So, 2 for picking locks and traps. Picking trocks and laps. Picking locks and traps, 2, or climbing for 1. All right, any other votes? Let's get those votes in. And then I will take the loser of those and put them back into this group. Picking traps. Exactly, Elvamarin, and we are going to pick some traps. Locking traps. That's definitely what we need.
Gonna design the ultimate yandere waifu. Everybody in chat.
Okay, it looks like we're looking at picking locks and traps. Going once. Going twice. Okay. So there's the winner. Picking locks. Detecting. And disarming. I really am going to have to put this to semicolon because those feel like very different things to me. The picking locks, detecting, disarming. I can see why they wouldn't be, but okay. So that means that we can now get rid of that option. So now we just have climbing. Okay, so we get 1 more skill. So this is real simple, chat. For this one, you're just voting for 1, and the winner is going to be the last skill that we choose. So we've got arrow cutting, poison needles, immunity to poisons, feigning death, escapology, or climbing. So get in your last vote for this now. That's what we've got. Arrow cutting, poison needles, immunity to poison, feigning death, escapology, or climbing. Get your vote in now for that final one. Have you been doing arrow cutting every time, Gigafrost? Are you big on the like, whatcha? Yeah, these are all kind of cool choices, frankly. Escapology. These are all good choices. Alright, get those votes in now. Giga wants Geralt from Witcher 1. Yeah. What's up, live suing? Hello, hello. Also because I love Witcher. Yeah, escapology is basic.
Sewing, like, you know, like sewing clothes, and I was like, hey, I've been sewing like the past days.
That's a thing.
It's like, no.
Escapology, Elvamaranin, is you're able to dislocate the joints of the body and to maximize the body's suppleness, allowing movement through small spaces and escape from bonds and chains by slipping out of them. It's sometimes a little disturbing to watch someone like that work, actually, because they're doing these things to your joints that you're like, ugh, should not be possible to do that. Okay, I'm going to last call this. All right, last call, folks. Arrow cutting, immunity, poison needles, immunity to poison, feigning death, escapology, or climbing. Great skill when you get kidnapped. Sounds like my kind of skill. Yeah, when you're trapped, you get out of it, you know, or you can try anyway. Okay. Okay. Good. All right. And that is going to be the poll is closed. All right. So escapology, folks.
Good. I'm so glad I drew all that Naruto fan art when I was a teenager.
See, you
really
never know.
paying off right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, you never know when these things are going to work in your favor. Okay. So there's our skills.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. No, sorry. I was saying that those are our skills, chat. We have Shurikenjutsu, acrobatics, picking locks, detecting and disarming traps, and escapology. And we have, of course, ninja tools. Have to have ninja tools. You have, first of all, the ninja costume, obviously. I love that. I'm actually going to name it because it's the ninja costume. It's not ninja costume. It's the ninja costume. Ninja costume. Iron sleeves. Allows us to block weapons. Breathing tube, of course. Need that to, be underwater, etc. A garrote. No, not a breathing tube. Garrote. Or that's not. That would be really weird. Flash powder.
Flash out.
Master of the universe. I just had this image of flash powder. I was thinking about the awesome scene between Bruce Wayne and Ra's al Ghul when they're in the mountains, and he's just like, flash powder can be a powerful tool. It's like as deception, as weapons or deception. Okay, let's see. Flint and tinder. Obviously need that. And spiderfish. Salted and cured, this highly venomous fish is used as a source for the deadly poison used in conjunction with the poison needle skill, and as a useful way of removing any guardian beasts. There's also a terrible venom called the blood of Nil, but we already used it to kill Honoric. It is taken from the barb of a scorpion son of the god Nil, mouth of the void. Well, that's pretty terrifying. Okay, spiderfish. All right. He saved every one of us. All right, here we go. Save as. So
Totally not giving her the hairstyle of what's her name? Misao from Kenshin. It's like one of the ninjas in that story.
I'm liking already the sort of the smile. It's just like everything's great, except I'm a mass murderer type of thing. Okay. Right, that is saved. Okay, chat. We are ready to go. So remember, this is right after we're picking up the action in the middle, where we have just killed these two warlords, these deadly warlords, and we have to get back to the Isle of Tranquility, the Isle of Tranquil something. Very important that we remember our great home, which we could never forget, which absolutely in every way is the Island of Tranquil Dreams. So we must return the Scrolls of Ketsuin to their rightful place at the Temple of the Rock on the Island of Tranquil Dreams. So, and also remember, we can always call on Quan. The answer is yes right now because we haven't done it yet. So, here we go. From the echoing footfalls, you guess that more than 20 soldiers are running up the keep's spiral staircase towards you, and they will surely try to kill you when they find out what you have done to their leader, Honoric, and his allies, Yaman and Mance the Death Mage. The roof is still dimly lit by the glowing coals from a brazier. Will you... Two choices here, chat, because one of the choices says if you're skilled at climbing, and since we're not, So we can either defend the top of the staircase so they can only come at you singly, or try an enormous leap from the keep's roof, hoping that you can clear the castle wall and land in the moat far below. Ooh. So do we fend the top of the staircase, chat, or do we take an enormous leap? A heroic leap is what they would call this in Talisman. What's up, Miranda? Oh, I think we're into the sound effects again on OST2. Okay, so let's go with the Naruto OST.
Well, that's just gonna give you the anime music. So
okay,
one of the games. What were they called again? I forgot.
Clash of Ninja 2 original soundtrack?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, let me put that link up there. Wow. That's not what I was expecting. All right, hold on. I'll put it in chat. I mean, your Zoom chat. Wow, not what I was expecting at all. Okay. Yeah, not a costume. The costume. Okay, so what do we got? Leap. Leap. So chat, what's the vote going to be? Again, there's no poll here. You're just telling me in chat because there's only two choices. Leaping doesn't sound unreasonable. The two choices are leaping or basically bottlenecking the enemies, so defending the top of the staircase so they can only come at you singly. So there's like 20 soldiers running up, and you can either take them singly or try to make a heroic leap. So I've got right now leap, leap. Do I have any other votes? Leap, leap. So basically leap, leap, or it's either leap or fight. Okay, leap. So we've got leap, 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 3 leaps. Ooh, I love this. This is good. It reminds me a little bit of the Yoshida brothers. Do you know the Yoshida brothers that do this, like, they do this wildly awesome, like, kind of like epic orchestral, and I don't remember the name of the plucked instrument that's playing here. I forget what the plucked instrument is. It's a Japanese instrument and ancient, but I don't remember the name of it. Maybe someone in chat will tell me. But they're called the Yoshida brothers. I have to find this. This is good.
I know, right? And the best part is there are a lot of licensed Naruto games, so lots of music.
Lots of music, yeah. Let's see. The shamisen, that's what it is.
Oh.
The shamisen. It's a 3-string traditional Japanese musical instrument. Okay, I got it. One giant leap for ninja kind. All right, sounds good. Okay, so here we go, chat. The leap it is. We're going to make this enormous leap. I have faith. You sprint across the rain-puddled roof of the Great Keep and launch yourself into the night air. You will have to travel 40 feet from the rooftop. Jesus. If you are to clear the castle wall and land safely in the moat. Make a fate roll. Now, the way that fate rolls work in here, chat, is that when you want to make a roll of fate, you will roll 2 dice and add or subtract your fate modifier. If the score is 7 to 12, you are lucky and fate is smiled on you. If the score is 2 to 6, you're unlucky. So, I need someone who is willing to roll dice for us. What kind of ninja are we? We're a US one, apparently. We're an Imperial one, Marinda. An Imperial ninja. Okay. So, I need someone who is...
Well, I mean, Japan is an empire.
That's true, actually. You make a good point. You make a good point. So, yeah, it's not meters, you know. So I need someone in chat who is willing to volunteer to roll dice for us, folks. You'll be doing so for probably about an hour. And you will occasionally need to make rolls on behalf of chat. And all you need to do so is 2 6-sided dice or the ability to use the internet to find the Wizards of the Coast dice roller, which allows you to roll 2 6-sided dice. So, yeah. So it's one of those. So do I have a volunteer in chat who is willing to roll dice? 2 6-sided dice.
Oh god, right now she looks a bit like Uraka from My Hero Academia.
I have heard of that. I have heard of My Hero Academia. That's okay, Marinda. Anyone else willing to roll dice? I don't want to have to roll dice for chat because I'm going to be rolling dice for the bad guys.
Like basically,
Thank you, Turbo Tango. Turbo Tango has rolled a 7 in between text banking. Turbo Tango, and this is a good marker, chat, because I want to tell you that I just took a look quickly. If we had failed that roll, that would have been the end of the game. So instead, Turbo Tango has rolled just enough for luck. I'm sorry, Terry. I was just letting people know what happened.
I forgot what I went to say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Basically, like every 5-ish years or so, you have like one like big defining shonen anime that like everybody knows and watches. Like, you know, started like, well, I don't know if it started with that, but like the oldest one I know is like Dragon Ball. And, you know, at some point it was Naruto, and currently it's My Hero Academia. So.
I see. So it becomes kind of like the touchstone. So it was never Legend of the Overfiend, was it?
What?
Legend of the Overfiend? You know?
I don't know that one.
It's, Yeah, it's it was my first exposure to anime, and it was yeah, it's not to be watched by children. I'm just going to say that. Sure, Miranda. Oh, and live suing can also. Okay, yeah, it's woo. Okay, so you have been successful in fate smiling upon you. I will do that. I'll do that if I can, Miranda. Check. Miranda's whisper. I will try to do that sometime today if I can, Miranda. I will try to. Your first anime, Yuratsukidoji, was your first adult anime. Is that the same? That's the same one, right? Live suing. Legend of the Overfiend. It's freaky.
I never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's. So your prodigious
Also,
leap.
what exactly counts as adult anime? That's the question.
It's very sexual. Yeah. Like, I can't even. There's sequences of things that happen, and yeah. It's one of those ones, just watch with awareness that it's weird and stuff.
Well, it's anime, so
yeah,
that
I
can
guess
mean
that's
anything.
True. We were talking about Legend of the Overfiend Rising Tides. Hello, Lenariella. How are you? Good to see you, Lenariella. And okay, so we managed to just leap. Turbo Tango managed to roll a luck roll that got us over the wall here, Rising Tides. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about, live suing. You would agree this is not for children, right? Legend of the Overfiend, not for children.
But it's animated, so it has to be.
It has to be for kids, yes. Kids that you want to ruin. Your prodigious leap carries you just over the battlements of the castle wall, and you dive into the dark depths of the moat with a splash. You are carried deep by the speed of your fall, but it is easy for you to swim across the moat underwater to avoid any arrows which may be fired from the castle. With powerful strokes, you cut through the icy black water right into what feels like a rotting branch. As you grab it to pull yourself to the bank, it bends ominously, and you are suddenly enveloped in great folds of suckered flesh. Oh no! You thrash the water as the monster drags you down ever deeper. You have been trained in combat underwater, but not with gargantuan unseen horrors such as that which now holds you in its sucking grip. Okay, that's terrifying. Well, two of the options.
Lord of the Rings now again?
What's that say again?
We are doing Lord of the Rings now
Apparently we're doing Lord of the Rings. No, just bring it down. Okay, so two of the options here are not available to us: feign death and poison needles. So because of that, we've got either punching or kicking. So what do we do, chat? Do we punch it or do we kick it?
Kick, punch.
Punch or kick? Kick, punch. It's all in the mind.
I never got past that stupid cooking chicken song.
Oh, yeah. I won that game. I never played Parappa the Rapper 2, though, which I heard was good. Punch it right in the eyeball. Okay, so punching or kicking, chat? What are we doing? Punching it? So Gigafrost and Marinda says punch. Put. Okay, punch, punch, and punch. All right, we have 3 punches to this underwater horror of death, the Watcher in the water. Okay. Punch, punch, and punch. All right, going once, going twice. And punch and punch. Okay, we are punching. All right. So now we're going to count the number of times we attack the horror in the moat. You cannot see anything nor feel a particularly vulnerable spot, but you drive your fist in a short punch whose force is not much lessened by the icy water. Okay, so this thing that we're fighting is called a moat horror, it says, which, sounds reasonable. Moat horror. Okay, and let's see. Its defense is going to be a 6, and its endurance is 17. And shockingly, we can't use Shuriken against it. I'm sure we're stunned. So we need to attack this mode hard. Now the way that the punch actually works, the way the combat works is you roll 2 dice, and if the score is higher than the defense number of the creature, you have successfully punched your opponent. If that happens, you roll 1 more die. The result is the amount of damage you've inflicted on your opponent, and you subtract it from their endurance totals. Then when they attack you, you're given your defense number, etc., etc. Now, the one thing I want to point out here is you have to attack the horror 5 times. So I would say that the way to look at this is we could use Inner Force, which means that when we strike it with Inner Force, it means that when we strike it, double damage is done. So we could use Inner Force on this attack. So the question is, but we only have 5 points of Inner Force, and if we do it, then we're going to be down to 4 points. So 2 questions, chat. First of all, do we use, well, the one question, do we use Inner Force? And then once that's done, then we'll get into the combat here. So should we use Inner Force, yes or no? We have to kill this thing in 5 rounds, basically. It's 17 endurance, and we hit it every time we get a 7 through 12. So basically we have a 50-50 shot of hitting it every round, and every time we do hit it, we get to roll 1 die to do from between 1 and 6 points of damage. So do we want to use double, basically do we want to do double damage on 1 attack? Which sounds somewhat sensible to me, frankly, but I don't know what people think. So, Inner Force. The only bad news, yes, Inner Force would do more damage per hit. The only danger, though, is that if we use it and we miss, we still used it. You know what I mean? And we only get 5 points of Inner Force, so we'll be using 1 of them. But we only have 5 rounds before this thing kills us, so... Are you asking if we should use the Force, Luke? So Rising Tide says save it. Basically, I am saying we should use the Force. Yes. So what say you, chat? On the first attack. So maybe don't use it on the first attack, you mean, and use it later if we need to? Is that what you're saying? I could see that. Yeah, okay, so it sounds like Chad is not wanting us to use an Inner Force point in the first fight. Okay, that makes sense. So, okay, let's do it then. I am going to ask for chat. It can either be Turbo Tango or Gigafrost, whoever prefers. But just let me know which one is going to be. Either Turbo Tango or Gigafrost. To roll 2 6-sided dice. We're looking for a 7 through 12 here. And, of course, honesty is a non-negotiable criterion, obviously. This is the same publisher, by the way, that did the Lone Wolf books. Okay, so Gigafrost is up. All right, Gigafrost, no pressure. Okay, we can choose later if you like. All right, so go ahead, Gigafrost. We're looking for that. A 2. Okay. Okay, that's okay. That was attack number 1. Attack number 2. Gigafrost already showing... No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. You got it out of your system, Gigafrost. So we got 4 rounds left to get it down 17 points. We may have to do Inner Force on this third one if we don't hit on this one. But let's try to hit on this one. So go ahead and make that same roll again. It doesn't hit us back. It's just how fast we can defeat it. Second was a 4. Okay, now we're in trouble. Now I think we're going to have to use Inner Force, chat. Is everyone okay with us using Inner Force? Wait, what? The second was a 6. Yeah, no, we need a 7. So we're going to need to, for this third attack, folks, I think we're going to need to use Inner Force. Is chat okay with us doing that? Because we have to not only hit this thing, but then do double damage to it, or we're going to be in trouble. We've only got 3 rounds left to kill it. So, Inner Force. Okay. So we're going to have to use Inner Force. Okay, Gigafrost. Don't miss on this one. Feign death. We don't have that skill. We're going to be doing real death soon. Okay, we're going to use one of our inner force points. Force time. Okay, Giga. Now, if we hit, we can do double damage to this thing. Got a 9. Hit! Okay, good. So now what you're going to do, Giga, is you're going to roll one 6-sided die, and we're going to double that effect. So this was our third hit. So you're going to roll one die, and you're going to double that effect. Nice job, Giga. So we got the hit. Now we're going to roll 6-sided die. Highest number we can get, we're going to double that effect on this thing. Let's hope for 12. It'll be a 4. Okay. So, I think we're in trouble, chat. We have 2 rounds to knock it down. We're going to have to use Inner Force again. We've got no alternative. Because we've only got 2 rounds left to kill this thing, so we've got to use Inner Force again, or we're not going to make it. So we're going to have to use it again, I'm afraid. So roll again. Roll 2 dice again here, Giga. Please. We got to use it on this one, unfortunately. So, Inner Force, and once again, we roll. Man, not having a Poison Needle or Feign Death is a problem here. But, also, us hitting it is critical. You got an 8. That's a hit! Outstanding. Alright, so now we need this now we need this damage roll. So, now you're going to roll, again, one 6-sided die. I mean, whoops. Live, that's funny. Now you're going to roll one 6-sided die, and you're going to double that effect. Come on, 6. All right, what do we got? What do we got? 6-sided die. 8 was a hit, so next we do the damage. So one 6-sided die, and then we're going to double that. Oh, no! No! A 1. Okay, so that means that we only did 2 damage. Well, we have to use our last point of Inner Force. We have to hit, and then we have to hope that we get a 6. We got a shot, but not a good one. All right, we're going to use another point of Inner Force. We've got a hit with 2 sides, and then we gotta get a 6. So we need 2 6-sided dice followed by 1. I think the Modhar just wants a hug. All right, 2 6-sided dice here. Yeah, no, we're like, eh. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. I got an 11. Outstanding. That's a hit. Okay. Now we need a 6. Giga, we need a 6 on this. Now you need to roll a 6-sided die. We need a 6. If we get a 6, we beat it. Barely. If we get a 6. And you have to be honest, of course. I'm stressing out. It's okay. It's not like our lives are resting on this roll. You know, it's fine, man. And it's a 2. Welp, it still lives.
Yep.
Your training has made it possible to struggle against the horror in the moat for several minutes, but you no longer have the strength to hurt it. It drags you down into the slime and at the bottom, and as you drown, the events of your life flash before you. You try to call out to Quan, but your lungs fill with water, and you die in the murk of the moat which surrounds Quenchheart Keep. Well, crap. Death count. Death count equals...
Wah, wah,
1!
wah.
All right, that was a good book, and no, just okay. Now the good news is that we're right at the beginning again, so it's not like we have a long way to go back or anything. Okay, so see, I think I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens if we want to do the defending the top of the staircase or whatever, but it's fine as long as we can defeat that thing. If we can't defeat that thing, then we're going to be in trouble. So, because we're going to hit it regardless, even if we make the roll. So, we'll head back up to that. Yeah, the mighty save scum. It's true. So we'll go back to the top. So at the beginning of this again, from the echoing footfalls, you guess that more than 20 soldiers are running up the keep's spiral staircase towards you, and they will surely try to kill you when they find out what you've done to their leader, Honoric, and his allies, Yemen and Mance the Death Mage. The roof is still dimly lit by the glowing coals from a brazier. Will you defend the top of the staircase or try an enormous leap? So, last time we had to make a fate roll, which was basically 50-50 to clear the wall. Once we were there, we found ourselves fighting the moat horror, and you all saw what just happened. So the question is, but on the other hand, we might fight it again and do much better the second time. You know, we don't have any way of knowing that yet. So the question is, knowing that information, do we want to defend the top of the staircase, which is not what we did last time, or do we want to try to clear the wall again and this time see if we can defeat the moat horror? So, could have died sooner. So what do we want to do? Defend or leap? So leap or defend, basically. Yeah. So what do you think, chat? Are we going to defend the staircase or leap?
Gonna defend, or gonna leap, gonna leap, gonna leap.
That's all we need for this, Terry. This current music, if you're synced up with me, where it's like.
No, I'm not at that point.
Okay, it's not going to make sense then. Okay, we've got defend, defend, defend. Run, defend. All right, defend it is. It sounds like defend is a choice. Defend. You wait at the top of the torchlit staircase, and the first of the mail-clad soldiers surges around the corner towards you. He is one of the keep guards, and he carries a long sword and a black shield with a symbol of the Sword of Doom on it, which he throws upwards as he jabs at your midriff. All right, chat, now we've got some choices I'm going to put up. Are you going to try to throw him down the stairs using the dragon's tail throw? Are you going to try to knock him down with an iron fist punch? Or use the winged horse kick? Now for this, I'm going to show you the move list. So, you know the status. So he's below us on the stairs. So, are we going to, again, throw him down the stairs? So, let's see. I'm going to put this up in chat.
It's over, Anakin. I've got the high ground.
I have the high ground. Use dragon's tail throw. So you can see what that looks like, the dragon's tail throw. Might be hard on top of some stairs, but the throw is pretty cool. Try to knock him down with an iron fist punch. Or use winged horse kick. All right, what should we do? What's it going to be, chat? You can see what they look like. Iron fist punch, winged horse kick, or dragon's tail throw. You can see what they look like there. Throw up his sword was in his stomach. Yeah, exactly. All right, we've got Iron Fist Punch or Winged Horse Kick. All right, we got 2 votes for Kick, 1 vote for Punch. We've actually got 2 votes for each. Got 2 votes for Punch, 2 votes for Kick. I'm going to last call this. We'll need someone to break this tie. Yeah, this is a fairly badass soundtrack, I'll admit.
Good. Wow, I don't know how to change colors in this program. Because I never do colors in this program.
Really?
Yeah, because I basically only use it for these live streams. So.
Oh, I see. All right, and the winner is Iron Fist Punch. Okay, we're going to try to Iron Fist Punch this guy. Your your fist explodes towards the face of the soldier like a battering ram as you bend your knees to strike under his guard. He tries to bring down the lower rim of his shield against your forearm. Okay, so we've got a keep guard here. His defense against the punch is a 6. And his endurance is 12. Okay, so we're going to need a 7 to 12 here. Falcon Punch. All right, Gigafrost. We need a 7 to 12 here to hit him. They really script every part of these fights. It's kind of cool. So just 6-sided die. You're just going to be rolling 2 6-sided dice. No, not a d12. No. You're rolling 2 6-sided dice. That's all. 2d6. Yeah, no, 6-sided die. Oh, yeah, cowbell. Doot, 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 doot. 10. Hit. Okay, so you got a hit. Now what you do is you're going to roll 1 6-sided die for this. Unless you guys want to use... unless you want to use Inner Force. But we probably don't need to do that against this guy, I'm guessing. So unless I hear chat saying, yes, please use Inner Force, then I think we're good with that. So go ahead and roll your 6-sided die, Gigafrost. Just 1. And we're going to take that damage off his endurance. Take this guy down. Take this guy down. Got a 1. Yeah, that exactly. Cursed. Okay, so he's just a glancing blow. The other thing is that kicks do more damage than punches do, so there's that also. Okay, nonetheless, we succeed. The force of your punch rocks him, but he comes on again, thrusting with his sword. Okay, so he thrusts with his sword. The soldier cuts at you with his long sword. Your defense as you try to flip backwards out of range is 9. So that means that... let's see, you're giving a defense number. If the scores, we're going to roll 2 dice. All right, it needs to get more than a 9. More than a 9, thank God. We got 9, so that was close, but whatever, he did not get it. Okay, so we avoided it. So now we can close in. All right, now we have a different choice of, folks. We can either do, you can tell me this in chat, because it's just a 2-person choice, or 2, choice option. And that is, we can either use the Tiger's Paw Chop. So we flipped backwards out of range. We can either use the Tiger's Paw Chop, and you can see that punch there, or the Winged Horse Kick. So the Winged Horse Kick, or the Tiger Paws, or the Tiger Paws Chop. Or you can also help roll too. I have faith in Gigafrost. I feel like we shouldn't change horses midstream. Even though Gigafrost is, the damage has been less than, exemplary, the hits have been there. But I appreciate that live. If Gigafrost has to leave or something like that, we can. We'll be on with you folks for another about 40 minutes or so, 45 minutes so.
Maybe in that time I will have finished our character.
This is pretty sweet, though. I love.
Thank you.
This is good. Okay, so what's it going to be, chat? Tell me in chat, please. No poll for this one. Just tell me in chat. Are we going to use the Tiger's Paw Chop? You can see that on the diagram that I have up there. Or the Winged Horse Kick. What's up, Dragon Spear? Against this guard. So we dodged out of the way. We flipped backwards out of his sword. And then we close in. So are we using the Tiger Paw Chop or the Winged Horse Kick? That's fine, Giga Frost. All good. Kick, kick, kick. There is no bite option, Dragon, but I appreciate the thought. Kick for more damage. Kick, 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 kick. All right, it looks like we are kicking. All right, so we are going to kick him, and it says, your foot lashes out at the guard's head as he flails his sword through the air. It is eager for you to strike home when kicking from a higher position as you are now. His defense against the Winged Horse Kick is a 5, and his endurance is 12. He's down to 11 now, so he's only got a 5 defense. So now, you're going to do here, you're going to roll 2 dice again for me, Giga. And this time you only need to beat a 5. So you need a 6 through 12. And then when we roll the dice, we add 2 to the dice because a kick is more damaging than a punch. Because we got kicks going on. So 2 dice to hit him. We need a 6 through 12 to hit him. Seven, that's a hit. Outstanding, Giga Frost. That's a hit. Okay, now's the big part. This is the part that's been tough. So you're going to roll a 6-sided die, and you're going to add 2 to it. That's our damage for a kick. So 6-sided die plus 2 damage. So let's get that damage done. Yeah, it's good. Ooh, and the blue. Yeah.
Well, there's a very common misconception about the types of clothes that ninja or shinobi historically wore, and that would be black, which they did not wear, in fact. They would either dress like everybody else, or if they did wear a special uniform, it would be like this very desaturated blue.
That's pretty cool.
It's actually darker than that. I do need to adjust the hues afterwards, but
that's cool though. So Giga Frost rolls a 4 plus the 2 for the kick damage means that they take 6 points of damage. That's the kind of, now we're cooking with gas. Okay, so now we must try to leap above the blade of his longsword as he tries to cut at our leg. Your defense as you leap up on 1 foot after kicking is 7, so he needs to roll an 8 through 12 to hit us. Oh, he hits us. That's unfortunate. Let's see. He is going to do 1 die of damage to us. Okay. Wait, that's not. No. It's not. That's not rolling right. 3, 2, 1. That's cleared. Okay. 1 point of damage. Lovely. All right. So we only took 1 point of damage. A glancing blow. That's fine. That's not a big deal. Okay. So are we? I'm assuming, chat, we're going to kick again, right? Because the kicks seem to do a lot of damage. So because it just says to return to the top of the paragraph. So we can kick again, right? I'm going to assume. That's only 1 damage. That's not a big deal. What do we think, chat? Kick 1 more time instead of switching back to the punch. Because according to what this looks like, it's easier to hit with a kick than with a punch, and we do more damage with it. So I feel like we want to stick with the kick, yes? Can people generally agree? I have a lot more luck with kicks. A kick and bite. There's no bite associated, Draga. I don't know where you get this idea that the way of the assassin involves biting people. That's not...
Well, tigers.
Okay, that's true. The tiger, yes. But it's not like we're actually tigers, you know? It's the way of the tiger. It's not
Weak. Weak!
the way of the tiger. What? What is this? Oh my... No.
What is it now?
I'm just looking at the heating thing. Like, I think I mentioned you guys having this heating situation. And, like... yeah. The guy had suggested duct cleaning. What he did not tell me was that the duct cleaning... I haven't done it yet. He was going to send me an estimate. $2,000. No? It's a big old no. Not a chance. Wow. It's like 3 times the cost of the motor that he was replacing. Alright, well anyway. That's interesting. It is expensive. Alright. Okay, so it looks like kick. So we're going with kick. Yeah. I didn't pay anything yet, Arudnell, or anything. It was just an estimate for work. And he's like, oh, you know, might advise, you know, getting the ducts cleaned. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, it's just be a little bit of buildup, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. So I'm thinking maybe a couple $100. $2,000. How about no? That's like, yeah. Anywho, especially insofar as we're thinking about moving, you know, in the next year sometime. Like, no.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait, you mentioned that.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like, ooh,
that's-
new information. Then like, wait, no. he
Well,
said
it's not a
that.
duct. Yeah, exactly. That's crazy. No, it's not a duct cleaner though. It's like them cleaning it professionally from the outside, whatever. But like, no, like, okay. Anyway, all right. So where were we? All right. So yes, we're gonna do the kick. So same thing, Gigafrost. 2 dice. You need above a 5. So we're looking for 6 through 12. And then if you hit, we need a single-sided die, and we're gonna add 2 to it. That's what we're looking at. Yeah, that's like crazy talk. And the guy didn't even, the tech was just like, yeah, you know, you might want a duct cleaning. I'm like, okay, sounds good. Like, not casual $2,000, you know. Like, what? Okay. You rolled a 4? Oh no. Okay, that's fine. So a 4 is not going to get that done. So Keep Guard is now going to try to get a hit against us. So my defense is 7, so he needs an 8 through 12. And he gets a 6. Okay, so he missed us, so it's fine. It's fine. He missed us. We're good, Gigafrost. RNG just worked against him. So now we can do the kick again. So 2 dice again. 2 dice again, Giga, to take this guy down. Official close to the Trump campaign says there are concerns that the state of Pennsylvania is not turning out Republican voters. That would be a damn shame if true. A damn shame. 8. There's the hit. Wapow! All right, the kick to the face. Okay, now we're going to roll a 2-sided die. Sorry, 2-sided die. Yeah, we're going to roll a 2-sided die because you can do that. It's called a coin. No, you're going to roll a 6-sided die, and you're going to add 2 to the result, is what you're going to do.
Figuring out colors is hard.
Okay, you rolled a 5. Hi-ya! Yeah, I know that. I know that, but he can rail however he wants, Dragon. He's lost all of these cases, so that I know. I thought about the do. It's not a throw though, Uncle Elias. It was a punch. Otherwise, I would have agreed with you. Maybe the initial throw. I see what you're saying. Yeah. But okay, so you did Giga Frost with the 5 + 2, 7 points of damage. All right, we kicked that bastard down. All right, we have killed this guy. Good job, Giga Frost. We only took 1 point of damage there. Good stuff. That's certainly better than death, which happened the first time. The keep guard's neck breaks with a satisfying crack, and his body tumbles down the staircase like a rag doll. It is trampled underfoot by a great mountain of a man, the bailiff's bodyguard, who strides up the staircase to do battle. Will you sprint across of the keep and try an enormous leap, hoping to clear the castle wall and land in the moat far below, or stay to do battle? And chat, unless I'm misunderstanding, well, actually, I'll leave it up to you. The landing in the moat is going to be the same thing we did the first time, so we'll have to deal with that moat horror. Or we stay and deal with this huge bodyguard dude. Exactly, Dragon, yeah. Finally a certified murderer. Nice, Giga Frost. Yeah, well, it sounds to me like the reports are that Michigan is already gone, pretty much gone for, there's no chance. Same with Wisconsin. I'm hoping for Pennsylvania. Certainly I'm hoping for Florida. That would be nice. Just call that, the game's over. Same thing with North Carolina. Same thing with Georgia. Any of those states would also pretty much end it if he gets Michigan and Wisconsin too. So anyway, what are we doing, chat? Might as well stay. Are we going to stay and fight this bastard? This jerk?
Should I stay or should I go?
Should I use some Naruto?
Very nice.
So you're actually sticking with... So the colors you're still going to alter, or are you making the pants darker blue than the other?
I think I'm gonna more or less stick with these colors now.
Okay. Yeah, this is good, Terry.
Usually it would just all be one shade of, blue, but, that's boring, so...
This is good.
Thank you.
Exactly, Uncle Elias. Giga Frost. After that feat, we have to register our feat as a deadly weapon. Okay, so we've got stay. So I've only got 2 votes right now. Uncle Elias says stay, and I think Live is telling us to leave, although I don't know for sure. Do I have other votes for staying and fighting this guy or trying to do the heroic leap thing again? Very true. Actually, this couldn't be happening at a better time, Turbo Tango, because of the fact that it's going to affect redistricting. I agree with you, yes. I agree with you. That is a big deal. That's why voting up and down the ballot matters. It's also why voting matters all the time, every single time, not just in presidential years. Anyway, okay, so what are we doing, chat? What's the vote? We got 1 person to stay, 1 person to jump. Dragon asks, is that Naruto's sexy jutsu you're drawing because you're missing the clouds?
What? No, it doesn't even remotely look like him. The sexy jutsu version has, blonde pigtails and stuff.
I see.
And enormous badonkadonks.
So, jeez. Enormous.
Huge!
I wasn't really aware that badonkadonks could refer to the front. I always thought that it was just...
Oh?
I always thought it was a rear-only thing. Okay, chat, I need votes here. I've got a tie vote, so I need a vote here. We have 1 vote to leave, 1 vote to stay and fight this guy who's running up the stairs. We killed the guard, so we got 1 other guy to fight. So are we staying to fight him or not? Okay. Turbo Tango says to stay. Gigantagormism. Stay. All right. Thank you. All right, so we've got stays. There we go. So we're going to stay and fight. We're going to stay to do battle against this guy. The bull-necked bodyguard lowers his head and shield charges you, intent on throwing you back from the top of the staircase so that you can be surrounded. You must stop him at all costs. Will you try the forked lightning strike? You can see what that looks like. Or will you step aside and use the tiger's paw chop to the back of his neck as he charges past? Oh, that's sweet. That's the wha-chaw as he goes by. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, chat can decide. Do you want to use the forked lightning kick, or do you want to step aside and use the tiger's paw chop? Tiger's paw chop.
Pork chop?
Tiger's paw pork chop. Wha-cha-go. We got 1 for use the chop. Tiger claw. Also the chop.
Karate chop. Chop, chop, chop. Chop.
All right, we're going to find out here. Come on, chop, chop. All right, everyone's doing the chop. Okay. So let's see what happens.
Let's
As you step aside, the bailiff's bodyguard trips, and your blow sends him flat on his face with a clang of armor meeting stone. Faster than a chop to the neck takes out a security guard in Star Trek, the original series. I made that up. He is only stunned, but the other guards think you have killed him with a single blow. One of them catches sight of Yemen's body on the roof and panics. As you advance once more, he turns his sword against his fellows and tries to carve his way through them. Yeah, he does. You follow down the staircase as they retreat to regroup, anxious to avoid the blade of their panicked comrade. You are hot on their heels, but the last guard throws himself flat on the floor as you come to the hallway at the bottom of the stone stairs. There is a doorway ahead of you, but the other guards have lined up on either side of the hallway waiting for you. Alright. And your only real choice seems to be the door ahead of you, and you move towards it, ducking suddenly as one of the guards fires his crossbow at you. Make a fate roll. Alright, I need you to make a fate roll for me, please, Giga. Again, we're looking for 7 through 12. We need this fate roll.
I think that's her.
Awesome! Welcome to Conan.
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 Conan, yeah. But not Conan. Conan.
Conan.
All right, Conan. I got a 9. Woot! The guardsman's crossbow bolt whistles over your head, and you leap into the door, which swings open. Your heel catches a slightly raised flagstone, and a trap discharges with a click and double thud behind you, but you are already lost to sight in a twinkling down the stairs beyond. They wind steeply downward beneath the keep, and the walls drip with moisture. The rattle of links of chains alerts you to be quiet as you come to an underground room lit by the glowing coals of a brazier. A young boy chained to the wall goggles at you but says nothing. You are in the torture chamber of Quenchheart Keep. Yeah, Conan looks awesome, I agree. A ducking stool hangs over a pool of water which stretches to the back wall of the chamber. A man bound on a spiked rack moans feebly as the insomniac torturer turns at another notch, stretching the poor man's burn-scarred limbs to the point of dislocation. The torturer has a large axe in his belt, and his broad, heavily muscled back runs with sweat in the heat of the brazier. He wears heavy spiked bracelets of leather and the black hood of an executioner. He whirls to face you as the guards, now pounding down the steep steps behind you, shout a warning. You are trapped between the torturer and the guards. Torture to the left of me, guards to the right.
How much longer are we gonna go?
Half hour.
Okay, so what scene should I put on?
Well, I would say... I was thinking about the scene... Well, either the heroic leap across the wall, or the struggle with the moat guy, or the karate chop to the big, huge dude who trips and we karate chop him. I could see that, too.
Okay.
Any of those, I would say. Okay. So, here are our choices, chat. We're trapped between the torturer and the guards. And let me just double-check something here. Okay. Put out a gun and shoot the torturer. Sadly, we have no gun. So, we can either, chat, we can either, let's see, dive into the pool. Swim under water to the back wall. Or we can attack the torturer. We can surrender to the torturer, otherwise known as we give up. So I don't understand why we do that, but okay. Or call upon our god Quan. Call upon Quan. All right, what should we do, chat? You can vote now. What's it going to be? You can leap over the torture. We can surrender. We have escapology for a reason. Interesting. That's interesting, actually. I hadn't thought about that. I take back what I said, Elvel. You might be right. I hadn't thought about that. We do have escapology. I forgot about that. Totally my bad. I didn't even think about that. We do have escapology. Surrender to the torturer is a legitimate option, chat. I didn't think of that. I mean, again, I don't know whether it's going to work, but we do have the ability to escape. I forgot about that. Because otherwise, I would have been like, wait, what? Why would we bother to surrender? But I forgot that we have the ability to get out of our chains. Which would be, at that point, Terry, be aware that Elvel is going to be feeling awfully smug if that works. Because he was just like, this is the key. We get kidnapped and we can just get out of it all the time. So.
Of course.
Yeah, I completely forgot that we had that and that could work.
Can you give me the description of the bog monster again? What was it called?
Oh, sure. Yes. Let's see. Let me find it. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's 383. Okay, 383. Okay, the description is... you can't see it, but it says... the rotting branch. As you grab it, it bends ominously. You are suddenly enveloped in great folds of suckered flesh. You thrash the water as the monster drags you down ever deeper. You've been trained in combat underwater, but not with gargantuan, unseen horrors, such as that which holds you in its sucking grip. So it really only describes it as like a tentacle beast, but you can't really see it because it was underwater. So, yeah.
Of course, tentacles.
So that's the best I've got, unfortunately. Yes, one can change your vote. $ change vote, space, and then the number you want to change it to, live suing. So $ change vote is all one word, space, and then the number. All right, going once. I'm going to last call this. Going once. Going twice. Use lightning bolt. I wish. Sadly, we do not have that. Okay. And... okay, we're going to surrender to the torturer. So I have a feeling I'm going to know as soon as I turn to this section, because if it's one of those, like, he smiles at you and you die and never see anything again. I feel like it'll be quick. Well, it's a long entry. That's good news. That's a good sign. You bow to the torturer and hold out your hands. His lips part in an evil grin beneath his black leather hood. How would we know that? As he binds you with ropes. The soldiers clatter into the chamber and inform him that you have killed Yaman, Honoric, and Mance the Death Mage. The torturer's voice fills with false anger. Why false? I can see my...
Death Mage?
Mance the Death Mage. Mm-hmm.
Like Necromance?
Yep, I think you got something there. I can see my ingenuity will be stretched to the limit, thinking up fitting punishments for you, ninja. He tells the soldiers to prepare a set of heated manacles in the furnace and goes off to fetch some of his special devices. Are you a skilled escapologist? If you are, and we are, the torturer returns a moment later with an iron helmet which opens in half, but has 2 spikes on the inside where the wearer's eyes would be. The spikes can be screwed gradually inward, a turn at a time. He orders the guards from the chamber and turns to examine the manacles in a small furnace. Using your skill as an escapologist, you dislocate one arm, and by tensing certain muscles and inching your steel-like fingers between the bonds, you struggle free. Mercifully, the boy remains silent as you creep like a stalking tiger towards the broad, sweating back of the torturer. With a cry, you explode into a kick which sends his head flying into the furnace. Hell yeah! Bang! The boy cheers weakly as you close the furnace door on the neck of the sadistic torturer, muffling his death agonies. Hell yes! Oh my god. You free the prisoners, and the boy tells you there is a way of escape through the underground river which connects the pool in this chamber to the moat. Knowing that you must restore the skulls of Ketsuin to safety, you thank him and dive in. Turn to 153. That was great stuff, Elma Mariner. I had no idea that it was going to do that. That's badass. Wow. Props. That was good. I have the smuggest grin on my face right now. Yeah.
Of course he does.
Yeah, of course. Of course. I don't blame you. You earned that. Listen, I mean, we're going to get a save point on that one. That was badass. Well, see, the thing is that was what was like, that fit with what we had. I think we just have to be really careful when we're listening to this to think about the skills that we have, basically. So, and it's not over yet. We still got to escape here, but that was pretty sweet. Especially since I'm giving us a save point, because we deserved it after that. That was badass. Dragon Spear, change vote 3. No, no, no. You only get 1 vote. 1 person, 1 vote. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now watch, that'll be the only time we use it the entire adventure. But it'll have been worth it. It'll have been worth it. Okay. I also like the fact that we saved them. Also, way of escape through the underground river. Okay. You plunge into the chill, dark depths of the pool and swim to the back of the chamber. To your surprise, actually not a surprise because he told us, you locate an underwater tunnel ahead of you. We need to make a fate roll, but use only 1 die. Alright, so we need to make a fate roll, but 1 die. Please, for me, Gigafrost.
Poses are really difficult today.
It's not noticing with your work. It's looking pretty good.
I'm not happy with it, though.
No?
No.
These action poses. Okay. Alright, so we're looking at 80. Alright. The tunnel down which you swim seems quite wide. You cannot feel the sides, but swim strongly on. After a minute, your head is still brushing the ceiling underwater, but at last you emerge in a dank cavern, the dankest of caverns, lit by a single smoking torch. As the water runs from your costume, you see the vague outline of what looks like one of the elder gods, creatures that stalked the earth before man came from the stars. A great horn protrudes from its head and it stoops, almost brushing the tip against the 15-foot-high ceiling. Well, crap. Its outline is strangely jagged, and the smell of putrefaction suggests that its thick hide is sloughing off in great dead patches. If it is truly one of the elder gods, you will know that it will be immensely strong, even if weakened by its existence in this dank pit of slime. You see a half-eaten corpse, that of the unfortunate who was fed to the beast as you arrived at Quenchheart Keep. Its face is a mask of horror. Knowing that to return to the keep itself would mean death, you step forward, ready to give battle. Alright, we gotta fight versus
are
an
we
elder
gonna
god.
punch Cthulhu?
I think that's what it sounds like. Well, it seems like a cross between that and like an Umber Hulk or something, because it's got a great horn and like it's underground, big thing. Okay, the huge monster lumbers towards you, and you can see it resembles a great hairless ape. It is chained at the ankle with massive iron with massive iron links, so it can only reach the entrance to the cavern. The great areas of hanging skin reveal enormous black muscles taut with power. Will you use the winged horse kick, the iron fist, or the dragon's tail throw against this massive beast? I don't know how you would throw this beast, frankly, but... okay, what should we do? Let me show everyone the options again. Here's your move list. So, are we going to use the winged horse kick? The tiger's paw chop? Or the dragon's tail throw? Can we throw diplomacy at it? Can we parlay? Can we talk with it? We should just be like, hey, what's up, bro? He's like, hey, what's up? You heard the scores lately? What's that? So there are choices, chat. Winged horse kick, tiger's paw chop, or dragon's tail throw on this 15-foot enormous thing. Chat, This thing is 15 feet and it's chained to the wall. How exactly are you going to throw it? I mean, what? Yeet. What are you yeeting it to? It's chained to the wall.
Yeet the wall with it?
Yeet the wall with it. Right, exactly. Yeet the cavern. Like, what are you doing? What? I mean, hello?
Hello.
It looks like more of a trip than a throw. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right, actually. You're going to revert, wow. We will trip it, it will hang itself on the chain. All right. Okay. All right, last call. This will definitely work. All right. Have faith in my choices. So smug, the smugness has now extended to other choices. Just like,
Well, that's just him in general.
I am a pro. That's just him in general. Source, trust me. Source, trust me. That's funny. Okay. So, we got that. All right, here we go. We're going to try the Dragon's Tail throw. Here we go, chat. You slide beneath its feet, but cannot move its colossal legs. Instead, it collapses on top of you, driving the breath from your body and crushing your ribcage. Next, the beast, whose sense of smell is acute, impales you on its horn using its massively powerful arms. You are still twitching feebly as it begins to feed on the entrails, which have spilled from your body.
Delicious.
This is my shocked face. This is my shocked face. So you're right. It worked for him. It worked really well. Death count 2. You're all lucky that you saved just before diving. That worked exactly as it did. So basically, yeah, exactly. This is what happened. You slid underneath his legs and you're grabbing. You're like, ugh. But because he is again an elder god and 15 feet tall, you're like, Death by smugness. I like the idea that as you were dying, you were saying smugly, I escaped from the torture. Imagine that's how it went down. Okay. All right. Well, we have time for one more try on this, chat, at our save point. So going back to the save point, this is the one where we dove into the water, remember? And I had asked Gigafrost to make a fate roll on one die. So make that roll for me again, please, Gigafrost. Elder God uses Sit. It's super effective, yeah. To like stretch out my sweatpants. That happen to be, by the way, the Pittsburgh Steelers currently undefeated in the NFL sweatpants. Just saying. Just making a note.
I'm sure those words mean something.
All you need to know is that although my baseball team was god-awful this year, and they shouldn't have been playing baseball anyway, the football team has been very good this year.
Okay.
Just saying.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay. This is not smugness. This is actual fact here. Okay. 80. So that's succeed. Okay, so Gigafrost, we got the same result as last time. Okay, I've already described it. So we're back in the cavern fighting this great creature, this huge creature. So, since we already know what a Dragon's Tail throw does, I can just ask you in chat, without having to go through this again. They'll eventually lose. I'm sure they will eventually. Whether we want to use the Forked Lightning Strike Kick or the Tiger's Paw Chop. I'm sorry. I beg your pardon. That's not right. The Winged Horse Kick or the Iron Fist. Sorry. I was reading the wrong paragraph. Winged Horse Kick or the Iron Fist. We are not using the Dragon's Tail throw. I will veto any such attempt. Yeah, for the record, we can't throw it. Exactly. Evil Marinin will be instantaneously vetoed from these attempts.
Oh, great. Now I have a hiccup.
Well, I note that you have the hiccup as this person is fighting underwater, so maybe you're just getting into your art, you know?
I mean, always.
Right.
It's like method acting.
Iron Fist. Did I blow my cover as the monster's assistant? Uh-huh. Exactly. It will work this time. Okay, so what are we doing, chat? We've got Iron Fist was Live's vote. What other votes do we have? We got the kick or the punch? Kick, 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 punch. Kick, 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 punch. Kick. All right, so I've got one kick, one punch.
One punch.
Kick has gone so well, so I choose kick. Kicky punch, kicky punch, kick punch. 2 kicks, a punch, and a veto from El Marinin. I'm going to call that 2 votes for kick, 1 vote for punch, and 1 vote for smug. And the smug will be vetoed. All right. Any other votes? Any other votes? We've got a 2-to-1 vote. Kick until we need to repair our sandals. That's true. I like to think that they're like iron sandals or something like that, right? Like they're like, if we have steel-toed boots, we just have sandals are open-ended. But, you know, just imagine steel sandaled iron. So, Evil Meriden says, fine, kick it.
Mugen in Samurai Champloo actually has steel plating underneath his sandals.
Oh, really? Okay.
Which he uses to, like, for his funky fighting style to, like, ward off attacks.
Mm-hmm. To see that vote again. That makes sense. Okay, so it looks like we're going with the kick. All right. So here we go, Gigafrost. Get ready for this one. The beast tries to grab you in a crushing embrace, but you somersault towards it under its grasping hands and roll to your feet, delivering a winged horse kick as you do so. And you'll be glad to know that it has a lower defense against the winged horse kick. It also, unfortunately, has 26 endurance. So we are definitely going to have to do some damage to it. And we may want to use our inner force on one of these, chat, on one of these attacks. Because it's like, yeah. It might be a problem otherwise. So do we want to use inner force once and then try to nail this thing at least to get it down a little bit? I mean, I guess we don't have to. We could just, like, wear it down. But obviously, the damage that it does to us is 2 dice plus 2. So it's one of those things where, like, in a battle of attrition, we're not going to win a battle of attrition, basically, so. No, not damage. You just have PDST, which is post-dice traumatic stress. So it's fine, Giga, it's okay. So what do you think, chat? Use of inner force or not, and then otherwise, can we just run away? Nope. It looks like we're not allowed to run away. Because we have to defeat it, because the only place to run is to go back into the water and go to the, go back to the keep. So we can't do that, so. Alright, so inner force, yes or no? Use force?
The music is gone, by the way.
What is? Mine is not.
It's
what am
over. Did you put on a new video?
No, I
have
was
an
using the
autoplay?
playlist. I was using the Naruto game playlist. Didn't you? That's what I put in Zoom. Was the playlist.
I clicked that.
I don't know. I'm not.
Oh no, it did like a thing.
Yeah, because I got a bunch of songs left
YouTube
still.
keeps doing that where it like automatically pauses a video and goes like, "Are you still watching?"
Oh, I hate that. Really? Ugh. That's annoying. Okay, so we've got use inner force. Anyone else, chat? Anyone else for use inner force or not? Let me get a vote on that quickly first, please. And then Gigafrost, get ready to roll 2 dice here in just a moment. We're going to try to move this along because I want to get this combat in before we have to close down the stream for today. At 4 p.m., I will be up at GOG with playing more Vaporum Lockdown, by the way. And then after that, I'm going to be hanging out with the family and watching election returns and doing a lot of praying. That's what I'm going to be doing. Smug force, and force. Okay, force. Okay, looks like we're using force. Okay, Giga, first order of business is you have to hit it. Because whether or not we succeed with this inner force, we use it up whether or not it's working. So, force push, that's true. What? Little Fallen Order, little Jedi Fallen Order work here.
Just like having all of those Naruto opening and ending songs stuck in my head right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a solid soundtrack.
We must know, Oh God, how did the lyrics go? All that is near us, we must know. Could go away.
Six
Oh,
is
I don't
enough,
remember the
Gigafrost.
lyrics. Shit.
6 is enough, Gigafrost. So that's a hit because its defense is only 5. So now you're going to roll, with the kick, you're going to roll 1 die, add 2, and then double that because of inner force. So roll 6-sided die, then we're going to add 2 and we're going to double it. So highest you can get. Channel your attack rolls into your damage roll, Gigafrost.
I am a little proud of this pose.
Yeah, this is
Perspective
good.
and stuff.
You got it right. It looks solid. You channeled a 3. Okay, so 3, that's sort of a channel. 3 plus 2 is 5, but doubled is 10. So, still a very good roll in the end. Okay, so... Alright, so it's down to 16 endurance. That was a hell of a kick. Okay, now, having done that, will try to grab us and impale you on its great horn. Okay, so... Okay, our defense against this is... Wait. 2 dice. Okay, good. I was like, wait, what am I doing? 2 dice, rolls 2. Okay, so we do leap back beyond its long reach. Okay, so I assume we're going to kick again, because that worked pretty well. So another 2-sided, another 2... Why do I keep saying 2-sided? Another 2 dice roll, please, Gigafrost. And we're going to try to hit it again. It's down to 16 stamina. Got to take this thing down. Got to hit it again. This time we're not going to use inner force, I think, because we only have 4 points of it left, so we got to try to conserve some of it. So you're just going to hit it straight up. 2 dice. You want to get above a 5. You want 6 through 12. You got an 8. That's a hit. Okay, so now we're rolling 1 6-sided die and adding 2. Roll high. Roll high. I love it. I love it. I love the 8. That is a hit. That is great stuff. Now we just need to roll that damage die. Four. That's not bad, actually. 4 plus 2 is 6. So that means that he's now down to 10 stamina. Now he's just a normal person. All right. Now he's going to do the same thing. 5. So we again duck out of his way. That's good. I love to hear that. Because when we get hit by this thing, it does 2 dice plus 2. So that'll be very bad. Okay. Now we've got 10 points left. Let's do it. Let's take this thing down. Okay. So that's okay. A 4 is not a terrible roll, actually. It's just those ones we want to avoid. Okay. Now 2-sided attack. Again, 2 dice attack, not 2-sided. 2 dice attack. Going to roll the 2 dice. Again, you want above a 5. You want a 6 through 12 on those 2 dice. He's only got 10 stamina left. I love the fact that, like, in our 3rd fight in the game, we're already facing the Elder God. That's great. 9 with another hit. Gigafrost bringing the ninja noise down on this guy. Okay. Now you're going to roll the 6-sided die.
Noise, as if ninjas made noises.
Okay, so now you're rolling the 6-sided die. Let's make it happen, Giga. After we kill this, we won the game, finish the book, right? You successfully succeed, and you win. Huzzah. And like all the pages, the rest of the pages are blank. Okay, you rolled a 3. So 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay, 7, 6, 5. That's true. Okay, 5 damage is all these. So we're closing in on this dude. 6. We still escape. We've still not been hit by this guy, knock on wood. Okay, another 2-sided. God damn it. 2 dice. Why do I keep saying that? Another 2 dice, please. 2 dice roll, please, Gigafrost, and let's hit this thing again. Again, you need a 6 through 12, and then we could even kill it on this turn if we got a 3 or higher. If we hit it. We have to hit it first, though. I was waiting for you to say, wow, I kicked myself in the face. Like, oh no. I rolled another 9. Badass. Okay, now all you need to do is roll a 3 or higher, Gigafrost, and we kill this thing. Take him out. Uh-oh. What's the haha? Casually rolls a 2. I'm worried about the haha. I don't know how to read that. Praise. Oh, praise. Okay, we haven't rolled yet. Come on! I rolled a 6. Ah! So you just, like, all of your anger at previous damage rolls is trained together. Wow! You just kicked the bejesus out of it. All right, so 8. All right, so you have destroyed it. Okay, if you kill the beast, hell yeah, we did. Good stuff, Gigafrost. Good job. You actually took no damage in that fight, everyone. You have slain a so-called immortal, thus delivering orb from one of the beasts which roamed the world before man came from the stars. Breathing deeply but silently, you pass by the fallen Hulk and up a narrow tunnel, at the end of which is an opening to the sky, blocked by a grill in the ceiling. You brace your back against one wall of the tunnel, and with your feet against the other, edge your way up to the ceiling where you lift the grill and throw it aside. You climb out onto the grass beyond the moat. You have escaped from Quenchheart Keep, at least for the moment. And then it says at the end, as you consider which way to turn, you hear the baying of bloodhounds and the yelps of war dogs. Will you skirt the castle and run towards the Goblin's Teats Mountains, run south towards the Sea of the Star, or head for the city of Druath Glennon? We will worry about that, chat, the next time that we play. But we got out of the keep. Woo! And we beat an Elder God to do it. And legit, too. Like, not even, didn't have to fake anything. It was all there. We completely did. So we come out with 19 out of 20 stamina. That's not bad. We only used 1 point of inner force. That could have gone a lot worse, chat. Seriously.
You are very happy about beating up an elderly person.
Look, this is an elderly god, okay?
Are you saying gods are not people?
I mean, I was thinking about the elder pass. This is like, you know, this is a Trump voter, you know? Like, we're beating him up. This is the elder god, like we're going to take it to the bastard tonight. All right. Good stuff. This is what I'm talking about. Okay. So, yeah, I don't want to go any further tonight, chat, although I am going to show you the map of this place. Let me see if I can find the map online so you can take a look and see for our next session next month. You'll be able to see where we're going to be going next with this thing. I love the way it breaks down these, like the fights this way. It's really cool. Okay, images. We have a map. Yeah, we do, actually. Okay, save as. Map. Okay. All right, I'm going to show this on chat so you can see where we're going next, chat, and you can think about that for next month. Okay. Image. Way of the Tiger map. And down here. Okay. So now you can see where everything is. So we right now are, we just got out of the keep, which, let me see if I can find where the keep is. Okay, Quenchheart Keep. So if you look to the top right, there's no way for me to point it out for all of you, but if you look to the top right of the map, so basically go to the right side of the map, and you see where the Sea of the Star is? If you go directly up, that's Quenchheart Keep. And you can see, like, 2 spaces above it, you've got the Druath Glennon. So what we're going to be doing next time is deciding Do we go to the city of Druath Glennon, and you can see that's literally right above the Sea of the Star? Do we run south towards the Sea of the Star, so go like directly south? Or do we go to the Goblin's Teeth Mountains, which is to the north? So basically, are we going to go straight south, southeast to go to the city, or north to the Goblin's Teeth Mountains? So that's what we're going to be looking at. Yeah, good job, Gigafrost. See, it was fine. It was fine. And we're going to go over these drawings from Terry, but that'll just give you an idea of what that looks like. So I'm glad you had a good time live. And I'm going to be over on GOG in about 25 minutes. And going to be playing some more Vaporum Lockdown and then watching as I hope my country does not destroy itself. So that is what I'm going to be doing. I'm doing with my vacation. That's not what I wanted to do. Nope. Okay, we want to go that, move that up. There we go. So it looks like that. So you can see that's what the map looks like. And you smugged all of us into Central. That was actually cool. That the escapist thing was my favorite part of that, actually. The escapology thing. That was pretty awesome. I was like, yeah, that's pretty clutch. That and the immediate smug reaction afterwards. I smugged all of you. It is not D&D on GOG today. It is Vaporum Lockdown. D&D with GOG is going to be a couple weeks. Actually, while we're waiting for just Terry to finish, do the last little details on her, let me show you all the schedule before you all take off. This is the schedule, which I have just put together. This is always a little tentative in the first couple of days, but it looks fairly solid. So tomorrow we have Community D&D with Shadowed Mage. Friday evening. Now, because of the way things worked and because I got Metroid Fusion done, it counted. It was on November 1st when I finished it, but because I got it done a little earlier, I have an extra slot this month, and we're only going to have one Curse of Strahd this month. And so what that all means is that I have a lot of Final Fantasy VII Remake in my future, which is good. So, Friday I've got Final Fantasy VII Remake. Saturday is the actual epic conclusion of Curse of Strahd after the head fake from last weekend. Sunday, we've got Soundclash the Clampdown with Brandon O'Brien, of course. Monday, we have Temple of Elemental Evil with Gromnir. Grumbler's Guide to Temple of Elemental Evil returns. Next Tuesday at noon, we have Adventures of Middle-earth Erebor Adventures back with you. And then at 4 p.m., I will continue with Pen and Pixels Vaporum Lockdown. Then Friday the 13th, we have more Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm sure that'll all be good. Saturday, Final Fantasy VII Remake. So it's a Final Fantasy VII Remake weekend, which is cool. Sunday, we have got a special joint Speculate Twitch stream of Blades in the Dark. Sorry, Terry, were you going to say something?
No, I just misclicked. Never mind.
Oh, okay. So we've got a Blades in the Dark. Monday, we've got Ember Wind with the Ember Crew is back. Tuesday, I forgot that we're doing nominations today for the Chat Chosen Game of the Month. I'm glad I saw that. So on Tuesday the 17th, we have the Patreon Field Chat Chosen Game of the Month. We have D&D with GOG Storm King's Thunder today. On the 17th, rather, at 4 p.m. And then that night at 9 p.m., we've got the Arvocalis with Paper Mario, the Origami King, as we continue that. Wednesday the 18th is more Community D&D. Friday the 20th, we have Esper Genesis making its triumphant return. Saturday the 21st is Final Fantasy VII Remake again. Sunday the 22nd is our special marathon session to raise money for Soundclash the Clampdown. So you'll hear more from Rising Tides and myself about that probably next week. We'll give some more details about that. And then, as I say, that'll be a one-day-only affair happening on the channel on Sunday the 22nd, so I'm very excited about that. Monday the 23rd is more Gromnir's Guide to Temple of Elemental Evil. Tuesday the 24th, we've got Adventures of Middle-earth Erebor Adventures and Vaporum Lockdown on that day. Then Friday the 27th, we have another Esper Genesis Day. Saturday the 28th, we've got more Final Fantasy VII Remake, and we close out the month of November on Monday the 30th with Emberwind. So it's going to be great, a lot of Final Fantasy VII, and it's going to be good. And yes, Terry is a legend. I've said many times, not only a great person, but a great artist.
Aww.
So I'm very, very, very grateful to be able to do these streams. So yeah.
I think I'm done with this.
That's awesome. Look at that. That is Terry battling against whatever the hell this thing is that she's...
Well, it's more like something is down there. We are going to find out soon.
We're going to find out exactly what it is. No, I love it. That's really cool. So let's go through and talk about what we did this time, please, if you would, Terry.
Yeah.
Let's see our drawing. So this is me. Yeah. Yes. Woot! I love that. I would love to get... Is that Fifi on the shoulder?
Yes.
Is that what we got? That's awesome. What is that around my neck? Is that like...
That's like the headband, but because you're wearing a hat and headphones.
Oh, I
just
see,
put
I
it
see,
around
I
the
see.
neck. Yeah.
That's super cool with the quill on it too. Oh my god,
Yes.
that's the best. Thank you, Terry. I'm honored. That's a great pic. I love that. I hope I can maybe get you to draw it. Or, anyway, I mean, color it even, and I would love. That's cool. Anyway, thank you, Terry. That's awesome. Okay, so that's me, and then this is us. This is Conan. Conan, who has got the look going on. I just love how she's just like everything's great, like just externally, except. Okay, is she holding? Are those iron knuckles or something like that she's got on her hands?
No, it's like these braces that shinobi wear. Like that is where like the metal plating that you mentioned earlier
Okay,
is in.
that's slick. Okay, so that's awesome.
Yes.
I love that. So that's Conan. Conan the Destroyer ripped the horn out of another god, and this was the battle underwater, which we don't need to talk about like terrible moments for in the history of Conan. But this was great. Look at that, and you see under the water. So good stuff as always. So before I let Terry go, I should ask Terry. We will see you. I know at Adventures in Middle Earth next week, but otherwise, where will the fine folks see you in the world, in the internet, etc.?
Well, in the world, nowhere because I'm still 1 week in quarantine. But other than that, people can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at TariToons, and that's basically it. Yeah.
Well,
Nobody has plans. There are no plans.
Yeah, no, exactly. Nobody has any plans. They're just things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, as long as we have continually great art and a chance to hang out with friends, there's positives in the world, right? So think about it that way. Thank you, Terry, so much. We will chat more later. And for chat, can we get some love for the amazing TariToons, and go check out her Patreon as well, which I support. And
Thank you.
Make sure you go check out her Patreon and her Twitter and all that good stuff, where you can find her on TariToons. That is her grin after the Escapology Act. Yes, absolutely. So could we get some love for Terry, and thank you, Terry, so very much. This was awesome, and I'll chat with you again soon.
Thank you for having me. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, that is good stuff. I like that soundtrack too. It was all good stuff. All right, chat. So, there we go. One love. Listen, it's that fits though. It makes sense. I can see it. All right, let me slide back over to here. So, chat, what we're going to do now here is we have, of course, our Chat Chosen Game of the Month to do nominations for. So I am going to put this up now. Where's my ARVBot at? There's my ARVBot. Okay, and what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to close down the source root project because that's now done. And I'm going to put in what game would chat like me? What game should ARV play this month? So nominations are going to be this week. Next week is the final vote, and I will do it the week after that. So, chat, give me some games you'd like me to play. Let's do this fairly quickly if we can, because then I got to get over and set up for my GOG stream. So what have we got? What nominations have we got? Just one nomination per person, please. And remember that horror games will be strongly vetoed. Sorry. And I also reserve the right to veto it if I've already played it on stream, or if I'm going to be streaming it anyway, or whatever the case might be. You know what? I've played Jade Empire before, but I'll put it on there. Anyway, I have played it before though, but I will put it on there. Can't even find a game I want to play right now. Oh, really, Rudnell? You're going through the down gameness. I know the feel sometimes, although it happens very seldom now because of all you lovely people. Okay, Jade Empire. What else? What else we got, chat? Other game options for me to play as the Patreon fueled Chat Chosen Game of the Month. What's it going to be? Okay, The Last Express. Okay. Don't threaten me with a good time, man. Dude, I want to... Final Fantasy Tactics is my favorite game, so So why don't I put in... a game that I've never played, actually, is Final Fantasy Advance. Tactics Advance. So whatever it's called, Advanced Tactics, whatever the hell it's called. I've never played that. So I'll put that in there. The original Final Fantasy Tactics I have on my list. I'm going to be playing on my regular game list, a full series of it, because it's my favorite game and I've never streamed it. So yeah, I love Final Fantasy Tactics so much. Siberia, do you want to do... I've played the opening part, I think, of the first Siberia, I want to say, live stream, but I've never streamed it, and I don't remember anything about it. It was a long time ago, so... Cool, I got that. Last Express, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. No, man, I've never played it. I don't know why. I think because at the time, I mean, I had a Game Boy Advance, but I don't know. Something, it just never clicked. I don't know why, but yes, happy to play it. Happy to do that if that wins. So, Last Express, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, Siberia, and any others? Any others? Amadeus. Last choice. If it turns out that I only get the 3 nominations, then what I will ask, if this is okay for Rudinell, one of my mods, either Rudinell or Dragonspear, maybe Terry, although she may be still finishing up a drawing, Onimusha Tactics. I've never played that. Well, so choose one or the other live. Which one do you want to put up there? You could choose either one. Do you want me to do Siberia or you want me to do Onimusha Tactics? Either one is fine, and I'll put it up there. And then Gigafrost, go ahead and get in a nomination if you want, but otherwise... These 3 I can just put up as the vote. That's also fine. I just need to make sure we do it quicker, sooner rather than later, because I got to rise up on out of here. So let me know. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. So you want to stick with Siberia? I play all kinds of games, Evil Marinin. I just don't... I have Retron 5, so I can play Game Boy Advance, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Color. I have a Wii U, so I could theoretically play something through that on the Virtual Console. I have a Nintendo Switch. I can play something on that. I have an Intellivision 2. I can play an Intellivision game. I can play a PS4 game on PS4, or obviously I have PC. Only thing I don't really have is Xbox. I have an Xbox 360, but it's downstairs, and so that's the console I really don't have is an Xbox. But I have not played Dragon Quest. I have already played Earthbound and won it on stream. So, do you want to say Dragon Quest? In fact, you should look, Gigafrost, in my highlights and find the Earthbound highlight of me waiting for a pizza. It is, yeah. Okay, Dragon Quest, can I put that in for your nomination, Giga? Is that good? Dragon Quest? Does that work? Dragon Quest? Okay. All right, in that case, I'm going to close this poll, and I'm going to open this up, chat. The top 3 vote getters are going to go into the poll. So, get your votes in now. $vote space. Please vote for the ones that you want, and the top 3 vote getters will be put into the straw poll, and hopefully, Rudinell, if you don't mind, my friend, if you wouldn't mind just being ready to put that into the straw poll when the selection is made, if you wouldn't mind. That would be lovely. Yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. That'll be cool. I mean, because I'm getting ready, because Final Fantasy Tactics, honestly, I was saying this the other day, I think that game has almost no weaknesses. Like, it's an excellent story. It's a better story than people think. It's complicated, but it's a better story than people sometimes think it is. I mean, people think it's a good story, but I mean, I think it's really a solid story. The animation, the sprite animation is strikingly expressive. You wouldn't expect that it is, but it is. The soundtrack is one of the best soundtracks of any game ever made, in my opinion. Its gameplay is awesome. The tactics are awesome. There's depth to it. There's complexity. There's just like, it like has almost no weakness. Again, it's, if you don't like tactical games at all, then obviously you're not going to like it. But otherwise, there's so much good stuff going on in that game. I love tactics. Okay, Last Express, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, and Dragon Quest. Okay, last call. And we'll go with wait. What's going on with my webcam? Bear with me for a second. Strange. Okay, and I'm going to close the poll. No, that sounds cool. All right, there you go. Last Express, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, and Dragon Quest. Okay, so if Arudinel would be so kind as to put those 3 into the straw poll and accept my thanks for being awesome, I would appreciate that. The Last Express, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, and Dragon Quest. These are all fine. All choices I like. Yeah, it's fine live because what happens is we put that into a straw poll, and that straw poll is going to be available to chat for a week. And next week we'll close it down. So by the time we get to next week, one of these will be the winner. This is just nominations to get into that the final vote category, basically. So, and next week is final vote, and the week after that I'll actually play it. So, Last Express, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, and Dragon Quest. And with that, I'm going to clear this, stop that, and I got to get on out of here, folks, because I've got another stream to do over at GOG. Before I do that, I want to thank everyone for having been awesome. You folks are all great. You all know that already. But thank you all so much. Why is my chat? My webcam is acting strangely. I want to thank everyone for being awesome. You are all lovely people, and thank you for making this a lot of fun today. Special thanks to my partner in crime on these particular streams, TariToons, who, as I said, really good person and is an awesome artist. And so thank you as always, Terry. That was great. And thank you everyone for being here. We will have another one of these next week. As far as right now, though, I'm going to be heading over to GOG in about 10 minutes for next Pen and Pixels and Vaporum Lockdown. Quickly, if you haven't done so already, follow the channel, check out the YouTube with !ArvTube, the Discord with !ArvCord, the Twitter with !ArvTweets, website is arvanellarun.com, financially !ArvShop is my merchandise for Adventures of Middle-earth and for Infinity and Beyond D&D group, and soon to be Esper Genesis as well. !ArvTreon is the Patreon sitting right there. 22 patrons, $240 per month. That really does support the channel, so any support there is really appreciated. Plus, of course, that sub button, which several of you use today, that really helps too. Subbing to the channel allows us to do a lot of cool stuff in terms of supporting the channel and using those custom sub badges and emotes and things like that. Inspirations to help the players are also available with both subbing and the Patreon, and they've been reset for this month. On the publishing side, Icarus is my Icarus graphic novel, now only 7 days away from official retail release. Very excited about that. Library is Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library from Alligator Alley Entertainment. Icarus, of course, is from Athos Arts, and Library, Tales and Tomes, the Forbidden Library is coming out in print within the next couple of weeks. It's already being printed and shipped, so soon, very soon for those. And then last but certainly not least there, Grayshade KS, the hardcover bundle deal. Are you talking about for Icarus, Arudinel, or are you talking about for Library? You talk about Tales and Tomes, or you talk about Icarus? Because I haven't checked mail this morning, and so if they actually sent out the hardcover one, that's pretty sweet. You forget? Either way, they're good. But I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the support so much. Last but certainly not least, BLM for Black Lives Matter. And, of course, if you haven't done so already, Vote Now. Folks, I said this at the beginning of the stream, and I'll say it again. You still have a few hours left before polls close in a number of these states, and in 22, I think, states, there's same-day registration even. So if you're watching this and feeling inspired and fired up that we defeated an elder god and all that stuff, and if you are a U.S. voter, and if you haven't voted yet, let me appeal to you personally to do so. Again, evil only wins when good cedes the field. When good leaves the field to evil is when evil wins. And so to prevent that, we need to make sure that we get out in overwhelming numbers. I voted early. I got my Vote NYC awesome stylus pen, right here. And I was very excited about it when I did it because I am striking a blow, not just for what I believe is morally right, but for what I need to do for my children, my family, and for children's and families that I will never meet, but still are part of this mix, still part of our society. Please do what is necessary. Make change a possibility by getting out and voting to stop fascism. Please get out there because we need you right now. And if you are not a U.S. citizen, but you are friends with someone who is, and they're kind of like, I don't know if I want to do this or not, please encourage them to do this because we need everyone out there and voting to make their voices be heard. Otherwise, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, TariToons, for being awesome. Thank you to my wonderful mods, Arudinel, Dragonspear. Thank you as well to my wonderful subscribers, Arudinel, Dragonspear, Mrs. Dunsel, Rising Tides, Eyes, Uncle Elias. Thank you to my Patreon supporters and to my regular viewers, Admiral KK, Adaruksu, Black Fury, Commander Root, ECAG, Evil Marinin for being smug, Gigafrost, Gorgar, Live Swing, Marinda, Nonstop, who is a sub, so I don't know why it's not listed there, Odin Jin, Scon TV, and you, Christensen. Thank you all so much. I will see you at 4 p.m. on GOG for Pen and Pixels. Otherwise, get out there, go vote, and I'll talk to you soon. Everyone be good to each other. Bye for now.